every title under the sun. They've won $20 million between them. But what happens when 12 of the biggest poker egos collide?
Go!
Don't say that to me.
Because I discussed it with you.
Please don't single me out for your rules, okay?
I need a win like a dead man needs a coffin.
I cry too much when I lose. You cross boundaries, that's much worse.
It's time to take Roland out.
If you're listening, baby, I'm going home tomorrow. You can finish the show yourself. I don't give a flying fuck. I want my money. I want to take my rest of my money.
And then they gave me this frickin' hand right away. What the fuck is going on, man? Here, you give your speech. I know all the rules. It's a shame I can't show these suckers that I have the frickin' nuts one more time.
What? Oh, yeah. I think the both should be at home or playing in a sandpit somewhere. I don't give a fuck what you want. I don't care. Disqualify me then, I don't care.
Tell me if there's a donkey, I will crush him.
You know, if you carry on like this, they're going to make you play in a straight jacket. You know that, don't you? You're going to have to push your chips in with that big head of yours.
Don't do this to me.
Told you, you've tried to double up.
Most dangerous. I think I can play you if you have even chips.
You're much better worst player I've ever seen, you prick.
I need to knock you out.
Why don't you fuck off with that camera?
12 of the best from around the globe, and I mean the big koanas, all here to back up their bluster. It's a league format, so each player will have multiple chances to test their mettle, and there'll be no crying over spilt tickets. Let's have a look at how this tournament works. Every Premier League match awards 20 points and $20,000 in prize money. First place gets the big 8. Second gets 6, and it's 3, 2, 1 from there. Sixth place, no points, no money. If two players are level on points at the end of the season, the player with the most wins will be ahead by virtue of tiebreakers. Everyone's got their eye on that final table. The 12-game regular season will bring the top 4 in the league standings straight there. The final 2 seats will be the winners of the playoff matches, heads up between 5th and 8th and 6th and 7th, while the bottom 4 in the league standings straight to relegation. Our season is underway, and the first game couldn't be more fruity.
In Texas Hold'em, I think I am the best in the world in tournament Hold'em. It's not even close.
Being aggressive, abusing players, it's a lot of fun. I want to win.
For me, who I'm trying to defeat is myself. You know, there's an old Buddhist saying, better to conquer your own mind than conquer 1,000 men in battle.
I'm expecting to win it. I'm not expecting to get out first, though.
This is my chance, because this tournament is so hard. I play against very good players, best player in the world. I try to win.
I like to play the best. I mean, it's always the Muppets that knock me out, the guys who can't really play the game, you know.
They've won the biggest prizes in poker between them, but in order to prove they're the best here, they'll have to face the ultimate challenge, each other. Not a card yet dealt, and already the game is on.
Phil, this Phil, right? It is for you, right, more than anybody. If a player shows his cards to another player, I'm going to deem the hand dead.
Why would you say that rules for me?
Because we were discussing...
I haven't said a word in like 10 minutes. Why you come at me? Have I ever shown a hand in the history of poker you know of?
Not you showing the hand, it was...
Well, then don't say that to me.
Because I discussed it with you.
Please don't single me out for your rules, okay? Single somebody else out, okay?
I thought you were going to say something about the greatest Hold'em player of all time.
Why you want to do that, Marty? I mean, I've shut up. You asked me to shut up.
You asked me about the rule. You the only one who asked me about the rule.
So what the hell's going on here? So you got to single me out for this? I mean, what
do you ask me about?
You are picking on him.
Why you come at me? Have I ever exposed a hand ever?
No, you haven't exposed any case anybody exposed.
What the hell? You asked me to be quiet, I gave you respect, and now you come at me.
Come on,
give me respect.
I'm giving you respect, I'm doing that.
Come on.
What the hell's going on here?
Okay.
They told me I couldn't.
All right, come on, let's get on with it. Let's get on with it.
I mean, I came to play poker.
So much for using your
Okay, listen.
Well, it's not right.
It isn't right.
I still love you, Marty.
We still love you.
Okay, bad language and abuse to my dealers.
What the fuck is going on, man? Here, you give your speech. I know all the rules.
The temperature's already rising. Players began each game with 100,000 in tournament chips. Jesse May here with the cowboy, Kenna James, for this, the first of each player playing 6 games.
Me and you, baby.
And this is the first time we have seen the devil and Tony tangle.
Up.
Blind on blind.
Raise,
Raise from Tony G.
Automatic raise. Okay, cool. Just put your cards on custody.
Nice flop for Tony G. Flops top pair.
And the devil might give him some action. He's got an up and down
4,000.
straight draw.
Cool.
Fish looking for a 5 or a 10. Tony saying hold him.
That's a call. Usually fold. What do you need?
Maybe nothing. I might have the best hand now. I'm not sure. That won't count if I needed anything.
No. That was a bad card.
Check. 12,000.
Jeez, it's gone up a little bit, huh?
Oh, the deuce must be good.
Has Tony sussed this out? Does he know his king's good?
I think he does. I think he feels that the fish is calling him probably with second pair
Don't
here.
ask me, I don't know. Nine's good, right?
Nine's good.
If the devil fish decides to raise here, Kenna, he could hang himself.
Yeah, he could, because I don't think Tony G's going to lay this down. It's
Cool.
But he flat calls him. He's going to try and make the straight.
Devil going all the way. Needs to hit. Tony, best hand with the Cowboys. Oh, my.
There it is. Unbelievable. Now, I think the fish is going to bet right out and not take the chance.
20,000.
What a
He
card
does.
for the devil.
20,000.
Did you catch it?
Can I tell you after you call?
Cool.
Show me, says Tony G. A devil will. The 10 on the river with the straight.
Can I see that hand too, please?
Yep.
Oh.
You bet, and I called. You have to see it. Well done.
Shoot, you raised me over.
Looking at that hand again, the fish trailing along with the straight draw. Tony G made him pay. Pay he did, and hit he done. Straight, beating the top pair for a biggin. This Premier League format so special. Each player getting 6 games to accrue points in the standings. Even though some are short stacked here, they won't want to go out first. That's worth nothing.
I've defended every time, folks. I just want to let you know that. I have defended every single time.
2,000 is the bet, and Liz picking up a hand of cherries. Wow.
Raise.
Good.
Defend the game.
7,000 total. Pass.
Respect given. Black's on a short stack and looking a
Pass.
bit
Think about it.
uncomfortable.
Cool.
This is the second time the fish has called a Liz Lou raise. Both times he's been dominated. Kenna, will that catch up to him?
Well, I think if it is, it's going to catch up to him right here as the flop. Ace, 8, 5, all diamonds. Both players flopping top pair.
10,000. Called.
The fish quickly calling, showing Liz Lou no respect.
Interesting if a diamond comes, won't it?
Yeah, but, you know, I actually think the fish is hoping a diamond will come so that he could make a play at this
Check.
pot.
It's a bit of a decision here for Liz, isn't it? If she can suss out she's best, she'll press it. If not,
18,000.
She does.
it's gutsy. What's going through the fish's head right now? Looks like he's thinking of raising.
She's about 95 pounds, but she plays like a 300-pound linebacker.
I'm all in.
He's going all in!
All in.
Unbelievable.
If Liz Lou calls this, she'll be 79% to win.
Wow. Now she'll take her time.
93 to split her better.
Incredible. Look at the calculation, though. She's not, she's going to take her time and think this hand through.
The Devilfish is asking a massive question here. What kind of hand can she put him on, Kenna?
Well, I think this is the Devilfish. I think he swum upstream here, and he's trying to push the little lady around. Let's see if it works.
I got him covered, right?
You don't have him covered yet, baby.
You see the Devilfish. He's got to know that he's beating this pot and that he's making a move.
Devilfish. I think you're the one that has the king queen with the king diamonds.
I've got it. Why would I think you had it?
She can make this raid. Liz is a tough player. I'll be very surprised if she lays this down. She's just trying to search for additional information. You know, this is a key decision, a key pot. You've got an opportunity to knock out one of, if not the toughest player in Europe, the Devilfish.
She's got less than 20 seconds to act now, or her hand will be dead. The Devilfish showing no strength. She said call! What a great call! And the fish is in terrible shape! What a gutsy call by Liz Lou, Kenna James. A 5 or 8 to split the pot, a 4 for the fish to win it. Anything else, and Liz Lou off and running in this heat.
She's got talent.
What a great flop.
And you heard it right there from Tony G. She's got talent. We go to the river.
An 8 or a 4.
An 8 or a 4. It's a 9. That's it. She gives the Devilfish the hook. She gaffs him.
A little bite.
The fish not out, but he is in terrible trouble. And Kenna, a case perhaps there of Devilfish underestimating his opponent.
Well, did he underestimate her as a poker player or because she was a woman?
Devil, you said just one word too many, I think, to her. She was going to fold.
You're
and then.
exactly right.
Big name, the Devilfish. He got his nickname when he won his first World Series of Poker bracelet in Vegas. Dave has been around the block.
Baby, we didn't have a spit to slide on in the early years. I mean, the house that I lived in was so small, if you forgot your key, you could put your hand down the chimney and open the door from the inside. And the furniture was actually painted on the walls. But anyway, yeah, I mean, there was tough days. I mean, my mum used to send me to the butcher's and say, go get a sheep's head and tell them to leave the legs on. I mean, we were skint, really. But anyway, you know, things have improved. I travel around the world. I stay in the best hotels. I've always got the most beautiful girl on my arm. Limousines everywhere. It's great, you know. I mean, it's the James Bond lifestyle without the bullets.
12 of the best players in the world. It's going to be war. I'm going to rip them apart.
Welcome back to the PartyPoker.net Premier League Poker. Right now, Liz Lou's on top, showing the boys the way.
It's nice to get kings.
Just because I ain't got chips, don't be bullying me, you know. I can't help but defend.
Okay.
Raised to 7,000 total. Pass.
And you could make an argument that Tony G has been the most conservative player at the table so far. Will he get respect here?
Pass.
Look at how interested Tony G is surveying the action over his shoulder.
Easy.
Yeah, I mean, the Devilfish in a much better spot than he is wont to be from an under-the-gun tight razor, isn't he? But here's the flop to come.
I think the fish will bet no matter what comes. Oh, and if he does...
On that call the raise, she puts like a 10 rag there.
It's not right.
Check.
He doesn't bet.
10,000.
Nice discipline.
Did I have the king of queen of clubs last time, or was it this time? Last time, right?
I don't know what he had this time. I know he had it last time.
I know I had the king queen of clubs last time. Can't remember what he had this time.
Very easy to see Devilfish going all in and getting in terrible trouble here, isn't Kenna?
That's right, Justin Ray. Especially when you're on the short stack, you have something inside you just pulling at you to say, hey, let's gamble, let's get back to what we had. You know, I mean, I didn't have any chips, what can I do?
I like it over here much better.
Well, a professional thinks there's always ways out. There's always angles. There's always an alley. Great bet here by Tony G on this flop to bet right out with the top set. Well, this is all or nothing for the fish, I think at this point.
I'll be even money against a lot of hands here, Tony boy. Even money against a lot of hands. But I don't want to gamble even money, even though I'm getting a bit of odds with this girl dealing. I don't think so.
I think the Devil's talking himself into
She's
throwing
probably
this
give
away.
you the clubs in your hand. And I'll be drawing pretty slim then.
Wow, a great laydown by the fish. Incredible. This is why we're here. This is the type of professional play that we've come to expect from the top players in the world. You saw it right there.
The beauty of this tournament, every place counts in every heat when you're working towards getting into the final, and nobody wants to get the goose egg and get knocked out sixth.
Well, that's a great, great point Jesse made.
What a wake-up call for Andy Black. Glasses down, bet out. He is in business with the Cowboys.
Pocket kings. It's a card fest out here.
I'm all in.
All in.
All in. Probably all out.
Call.
I nearly called.
Quick call.
Well, this looks like the end for the Devilfish. Last level, and he is in a tight spot. Black with the Cowboys, Devilfish all in and trailing severely.
Yeah, he's a 3-to-1 dog as we go to the flop.
It might come, so it can still come.
It might come. This is where you're supposed to stand up and then get lucky. Yeah.
Now that flop now, giving Devilfish a king or an ace out. The fish standing.
It's a king.
He's hit the straight.
Unbelievable.
No, it'd be a fireball. This is a bit of fireball. Watch. I've seen the movie. This has happened so many times. Let me guess it. 5 of spades, Phil. Are you ready? Oh.
The Devilfish walking away, KJ, sitting back down.
And he put a bad beat on the other guy.
I didn't put any more in it.
He criticized the dealer. He said, I'm going to lose this spot. He got all the moaning in. Poor Andy had to take the bad beat, and he never got a moan in. Devilfish got all the moan in. What happened there?
Done all the moaning and done all the winning.
Sorry, Bob. Sorry, it was you, Bob. I'd have thought it would have been Phil over there with his big mouth. Thank you.
I just called it like it is. Now you're mad at me?
Phil, I don't think you've got a license to tell anybody about moaning at poker, you know? I don't think you have, buddy. And I want more. I was having a bit of fun anyway. I wasn't really moaning. It was a fun, you know. I said, fuck.
You don't see me moan when I lose the
I was
pot,
going out
ever.
the door. I mean, I wasn't kicking my chair. I didn't jump up and kick the door down like I've seen you do before. I didn't call anybody a sucker.
I called a spade, man. I said you got all the moaning in and you won the pot. You know it's true, so you're embarrassed. So now you're defending yourself.
I don't think I was moaning.
Why don't you just say you're right, Phil? Let's play the next hand.
I just said I don't think you can complain about anybody moaning about anything, buddy.
I never cry when I win.
I think it's just very unkind, you guys getting in the way of my sadness.
But since you brought it up, Devilfish.
I was quite sad there, and all I'm hearing is you two talking.
But since you came back to say something to me, too, didn't you?
Lines up to 2,000 and 4,000 now, and I can't get a word in edgewise. All the histories between them are coming out now, and geez, this story's only beginning.
All right, friends.
I don't think we are friends up there.
Friends? Friends, check.
Let's go.
He's into these threesomes.
Very trappy from Tony G, and 3 9s he's been rewarded with. He'll let Olliott try and hang himself here.
Oh my God.
Flush draw now from
This is
the
getting
fish.
pretty schmaltzy here.
Wow.
6.
Don't say that kind of thing in European
Raise to 14.
Oh, really?
Once again, now Tony G just making almost a minimum raise, allowing the Devilfish to really, for value, to come in here and try and pop off this flush. I think the fish will just call here.
No, I just called the king. What do you got? You got a 7?
It's your kicker.
Good question, man.
Let's have a look. Small one, I think.
Verbal banter in spades here.
Trouble if I call and then you're betting it next time. What am I going to do?
Let me take it next on the river.
Call.
He decided to call. Fish needs a club, but not the.
I don't know.
Nothing that pairs, right? The river.
Just don't know the king, is it?
Wow.
Yep.
This is a perfect opportunity, a perfect bluff card
One more king.
from the fish, but does he have enough chips?
Kings are good now.
Does he have enough chips to get Tony G off this hand? That's the key. I don't think so.
He's got about 26,000 there. If he puts it in.
Check.
Check. 6.
What a bet by Tony G.
Absolutely a total milk bet.
Wow. It's enough to take it if you got 8-10. Might have 8-6. I can't beat 8-10.
He's a master.
Actually, that sort of bet might be that might be what you might have, you know. I know you ain't got an ace here to raise.
Tony G playing the surgeon here.
Might be. 10 might be good.
You might have been on that. You couldn't check, right? There's a lot of money in that pot. Damn. I want to call you, man.
Oh, small full.
Small full? What's that all about?
Small one.
Hell, and an ace too. Ace is good. Nice you show off. Well, that small full shit.
Well, it is a small full.
Look at this. Look at this. It don't raise with ace 9 on the big blind, and he just
because
flops
I'm
3
friends.
nines. He flops 3 nines, no problem. You know, boom, boom, boom. And then she turns the king of clubs over to give me the flush draw.
What am I going to do? It's not my fault.
King was the worst card.
Tony G playing that pot like a surgeon, Kenneth James. He has made the fish look ordinary. The legendary Tony G. They don't call him the mouth from down under for nothing. If one player at this table is going to explode, my money's on Tony.
When I was in Lithuania, it was still the Soviet era, and Lithuania was occupied by the Soviet Union, and it's pretty tough times, you know. It's basically, you know, a street kid, really. You had to fight and battle, and you know, your life was on the line. It was a crazy period, and I was lucky enough to escape when I went out to Australia. That sort of saved my life, I guess.
Got a 9
That's the thing with me. You never know what
or
I have.
Bluffy wuffy.
Play every hand on its merits. How I feel.
Yeah. Well, we don't. How can we know what you got when you don't know what you got?
Yeah, exactly right.
That's
Club comes.
Yeah. 9, 9, 7.
It was true though, isn't it?
Pass.
I could have bet like 11, which would have hurt him.
Word to use.
No, 11 would have hurt.
In a situation like this. That is a hell of a word.
hang on.
Just to fire it in there.
11
without
would have
even
hurt.
asking for
11 would have really hurt him, and he'd have to call me.
Fire
6 was
that
like
word in there without even thinking.
6 was like a friendly one. I just called.
Call.
My friend.
Thank you very much.
You have your cards in
But
the
you
house?
won that. You did win the Bad Boys of Poker.
I did win.
But didn't Mike limp in with 2 kings and you stacked off 450,000 for no reason with 10-8 offsuit?
It would have been even money.
And he jumped up out of his chair and called you?
So what? But it would have been even money if I had lost that pot.
Okay.
It would have been even stacks. So I'm pushing to win. I mean, he has to call me. He has to have 2 kings first. I stole every pot.
And Tony G,
I stole every pot from it.
perhaps disguising the fact that he's limped here
banging
with
on.
a big
Stealing
hand,
from me.
top pair,
I won't have
and Phil calling along with second pair. This could be big.
Right.
I won't.
Just paying
So
it
that's
off.
another one of these. Gosh dang it, it's another one.
Well, one thing I see from Phil is he likes to make that quick instant call to try and shut his opponents down.
It's lower than. Yeah, no,
He doesn't want to shut him down here. He's turned 2 pair. He's got queens up.
Is that like saying FC?
All right.
Oh, this pot's going to get big.
Is that cowboy?
Yeah, I think Phil could have got Tony in terrible shape there. G now needs a king, a jack, or an 8.
It's a 7 that fills Phil Helmuth up. Phil has filled up.
No friends in poker.
How much is it?
33.
There's no way that Tony G can put Phil on a 7 here, is there?
Not much.
Count it.
I don't think so. You know, this is a very tough spot here.
We could see somebody walking.
Yeah, this is a very tough spot here for Tony G.
You have to make the little girl stretch you all over the table like that. You know, unless it's her elbow beating.
Tony G could be the first player out.
I'm going to raise 39,000. More.
Well, I call.
Uh-oh.
Quick call from G. Runner, 7-7.
Hold on. Why did you have to say, oh, you're being smart?
No, you called right away.
Well,
I was thinking,
what do I
I didn't
do?
raise you on the turn. I don't know.
When
She
you
gave it-
got a full hours. That was worse than me asking you what you had, like, right, right, Tony?
See you guys.
Am I right or wrong, Tony?
Yeah.
Bad boy booted by the
there was
brat.
18,000 in the pot. We put in 70,000 on the
And we've had our
Tony.
first casualty in the
Tony.
Premier League.
Wow.
Why do you want us to send you 0?
Oh man, and not if he didn't have to take enough of a beat in the hand. He's got to take the needle from the fish.
As the Devilfish so rightly pointed out, Tony G gets no points and no money for this first game. Right now, it's the Americans, Phil Helmuth and Liz Liu, on top of the pack, while the Devilfish is swimming with the Sharks.
I'm Phil Hellmuth Jr., 10-time world champion of poker. Watch the great players risk it all on the Premier League of Poker.
Welcome back on the table at the PartyPoker.net Premier League Poker.
I don't think you can.
I'm a read guy. If I think I beat, I put my money in. That's how I won all my money.
But I don't think you can study that along with a king jack.
Why can't I? I limped in to set him up. I could have limped in with kings too. I would have gave the same study, same exact time. If I limp with kings, it's going to be the same exact study.
Ace for the fish. Is it all in?
But you never enter.
He's only got 22,000.
Oh yeah, he's got.
Well, let me think about
here.
this. If I make it 12,000 to go,
I mean,
I'm going to stick this in anyway. I might as well stick it all in. I'm going to call a re-raise anyway.
Pass.
Well, he might get a courtesy call from Kirill.
It's a raise of 18,000.
And I'm safe unless Kill finds two kings.
17?
Oh, that's the first word that Kirill has spoken. Questioning how much more. 17?
He's nobody's fool, Kenna.
No, he's not.
Well, I think
The Scorpion.
One more thousand, I think he might.
And as it turns out, it is
you got to be careful with
the money in the middle. Gerasimov not in bad shape.
No.
40-60
All
here,
right.
and he has a chance to take the devilfish out.
Exactly. 3-2 underdog, and you have a shot to take one of the toughest players out that's on your left. That's called implied odds, and I like the call.
Gerasimov trying to take it four-handed. Fish trying to double up.
See me flop in ace, baby, and get it all
Flop,
over
turn, and
with.
river
Not the
to
ace of
come.
clubs.
Here we go.
So far, so good.
Connoisseur's flop.
10-8-5. No help for Kirill. We go to the turn.
They're all sweating for you, Carol. Don't worry, buddy.
7 of diamonds. Now that gives Kirill the open-end straight draw as well. It is a jack.
Straight. He's out.
It's straightened out by the Scorpion.
Well played.
And Devilfish will get 1 point and $1,000 for his fifth place finish and be back
Well played.
5 more times. But we are 4 ways now, KJ. I'll lead all in with the ace-6 and leading till the jack on the river made the run for the Russian. 7, 8, 9, 10 jack, and that is mo money for the rest of them.
It's a long walk back to the green room.
And Kenna, that result not boding well for the fish in this tournament.
So I got lucky and unlucky, Navi. So next time I'm just going to try and get lucky. I'm going to try and get it sorted out.
Hellmuth has been pretty awesome so far. You can't argue with that. He agrees.
Roman.
Roman,
I wonder what he's going to say to you 10 years
I'm
down the road.
Roman. Hail Caesar.
Do you know what Vini
Oh
Vini
my
Vici
goodness! Is he calling himself Caesar now? I know he's a big fan of Ali.
Say the Vini Vini.
He keeps
Yeah,
saying,
exactly.
"I'm the
Vini
greatest. I'm the
Vini
greatest."
Vici.
Now it's Caesar. Oh my
Actually,
goodness!
it's pronounced Winnie.
Kenna, how will the
That's right, that's
dynamics
actually correct.
The W.
of
My
this heat
mother was
change
so-
four-handed?
Where's your
Obviously, the big money and
Where's your
big
mother?
points
She's on
are in the top
table,
2 spots.
That's right.
Look at me, you know, it's weird.
That's an excellent point, Jesse May. The strategy here is to make it into the top 2.
No, she's 12 miles down the road. She's going to come along on Thursday.
Now here we are, back into the action. Kirill coming in with the ace-5, any ace four-handed. Strong, playable hand, but not when you run into the ace-queen of spades and Phil Hellmuth, who's sitting behind you.
Pass.
Kirill limped here. Can he get away from this? Phil's made it pretty
8
cheap.
more, yeah. 12 in total. Oh.
Kirill happy to peel off the flop.
So when
This
you
could
gonna
get
teach her how to
tricky.
play?
Oh my
Trouble
goodness.
here for Gerasimov.
Absolutely. This
Your
is the
sister knows how to
danger
play
of not having a kicker with your hand.
Start teaching him.
A quick check and call by Kirill of 8,000. The pot building, it's 44,000 in it now, and now a 5.
highbrow family.
Suddenly,
Phil as
from
well.
the cellar
And
to the
there's one
attic,
person in the family
Kirill
who plays poker and nobody else does.
turns two pair.
It's true.
A lot of that.
Very
No, they
easy
only
to see
became
Gerasimov stacking
reasonably
off
friendly
right
with him
now.
2 years ago.
Now look at this. Phil Hellmuth knuckles it. Does he sense that his opponent has probably called him on the flop with a weak ace and may have hit his second pair on the turn? Is he that good? I know he thinks he is.
17, huh?
17.
Kirill bets 17,000.
It's really levels within levels.
Wow, if Phil gets away from this right here without putting another chip
What do
in
you got
the
left
pot,
there, Kirill?
I would be amazed.
Is that 30,000 and $5,000 chips or what?
Howard Lederer once said that Phil Hellmuth is the best in the world at reading his opponents if he can get them to talk. But here, that's run into a brick wall here. Gerasimov not giving any verbal.
Looks like the statue of David over there. Might as well get a sonnet from him.
Phil's going to play 20 questions, and Gerasimov's not going to answer any of them.
No, Phil will be talking to himself.
Can you please tell me your... Yeah, thank you, Kirill. Let her count it. That's good.
Oh.
It's okay. You don't have to say anything. I'll take a look there. Okay, I see.
Oh no, it's more than that.
70, 80,
40, 70,
90,000.
89.
God, what did I get myself into here? This is brutal.
Phil's called the 17. Ken, it does seem like he senses some kind of danger.
Yes, he does.
There's a couple split pots out there. That's not one of them. Aces and fives, good. And how much can Gerasimov extract? I think he's gone all in.
Has he moved all in?
And this will be the biggest decision Hellmuth has faced tonight. His reading abilities called into question now.
50, 59.
59,000 bet at Hellmuth. This certainly will put him to the test.
Surely he can't lay this down, can he?
He can if he is the greatest. He proclaims himself to be the greatest.
Liz Lou won with this hand like it was nothing, man. There's an ace and a king on board, and she just stacked off with her hand like it was nothing, huh? I can only beat ace-jack, I think. He could have ace-jack. It's Kirill.
Sounds like Krull, doesn't it? The television war hero.
When I do all that talking, though, they think I'm weak. So maybe he's actually betting ace-jack? Could he think that's good? How could it be good?
Gerasimov, a Russian stone.
Give him credit.
He passed it!
Good play.
Wow.
That might have been a mistake, that one.
I don't think so. He's supposed to be a great hold'em player. He knows that I have a huge hand.
Yeah, but
unless he just overplayed ace-jack. Why would he bet that much with just ace-jack? In America, that would be a bad bet, but we are in Europe.
Oh, boy.
This is game on, Kenna.
Ow.
Phil Hellmuth, the original poker brat, since he became the youngest ever world champion in 1989. He's added 9 more bracelets.
I've been very blessed by the universe, and I'm always going to have a ton of money. So then it's about winning the championships. It's about winning the titles. It's about leaving a legacy. Who cares when you die if you have 100 million or 10 million or $1 billion? No one really cares. It's more money to leave to your children, which can be argued as a good or a bad thing, but they know 24 world championships, 7 World Poker Tour titles, 3 premierships, I hope. You add all that together and people say, this is the greatest poker player in history, and that's what I want to be.
None of these top-notch players will be satisfied with a 4th place finish. If they were, they wouldn't be here. This is the creme de la creme. It's an honor to be invited to play.
Seen some big cards dealt out. It looks like a bit of an overraise
Raised
here.
to 19,000 total.
6 plus 13. Last time Liz raised from the button, Kirill gave it back to her.
Look at this. Kirill with the ace queen of clubs. We're going to see some fireworks here, Jesse.
If he re-raises, she might just stick it all in.
Absolutely, but if it holds to form, they've played very defensively. I expect him to flat call here.
In any other game, this would be a cold deck. But Gerasimov, considering his options, he's gone all in.
How much is it? Okay, just match this 13,000.
And she's got Kirill covered by the factor of about 100.
No.
And,
Call.
yep,
Call.
there she is. She's made the call.
Huge development. Gerasimov needs a queen. He ain't got it.
No.
And Liz Lu on the verge of being a tremendous chip leader at this stage. Gerasimov going to be walking with only 2 points and $2 grand.
He's going to need a queen. And a queen only now on the river will save him, or he will be out in 4th place. We go to the river.
Long look from Kirill saying, I'm coming back. But it ain't going to be in this heat. Gerasimov out in 4th, and Liz Lu over half the chips in play right now.
Wow.
What a heat it's been. There's only 3 USA players in this tournament, but this heat getting off to a very American slant.
Red, white, blue, the colors of the surrounding the set, the
I never know
white
whether
being the
people want
lights.
the short answer or the long answer. I should have
And the dress of Liz Lu.
That'd be a good thing to chuck at people.
There's only one big blind this hand because Gerasimov got knocked out in the big blind last hand. And Black, does he have enough chips to back off this?
Well, I don't think so. 3-handed, King Jack.
There's Queen of Hearts.
It's enough to make a statement.
God, I hate this hand, but I call.
Queen 10.
Phil Helmuth calls and turns over. I can't quite see. Can you see his hand, Jesse?
I think it's ace queen he announced, which has Black in bad shape. We could be head up in just as many as 2 hands, 4 to 2 and 2. But
Ask if
he
there's
is
anybody in
a
the studio
dog.
that wants to book this hand. Where's Tony G? Tell him I'm willing to take the worst of it here.
Phil trying to get the moan in early.
I'm doing what I criticized Devilfish for. I've got the moaning.
8-5-4.
What I say is turn an ace and end this race.
Black silent. 6
Turn
outs
ace.
to come.
Jack, give me those chips back.
Turn an ace and end this race. Come on, it's over.
Turn a 9 now.
Come
Andy
on,
Black
No paint.
is heat.
No
He's
monkeys.
down to 1
Thanks.
card.
No monkeys. Be nice.
It's
oh,
a king.
Hello.
It is a king. Watch Helmuth
Right,
now.
that's it.
Talk
Come on,
about
Ireland.
developments. And
40.
Liz Lu, she's a bit upset. She probably wouldn't have been unhappy to see this go head up. It would have
48,000.
guaranteed her 3 extra
Boy,
points.
that's brutal. I can't even get any action.
I'm not gonna raise. I have to raise. And it's half
No,
my
no,
stack.
of course.
There
No,
it
I know. I
3-handed now, and interesting stuff because this Premier League format, the real jump in points is from 3rd to 2nd, 3 points to 6.
It looks like Andy Black may be playing for 2nd place now and letting Phil Helmuth
Call.
get involved and call. Oh my goodness! There he is. He did get involved.
Helmuth, I think a bit rattled by Liz Lu. He's been trying to trap her all night. I think he finally has done it, dominated ace. But the way Helmuth's pacing right now, he wouldn't be surprised to see a 7 come.
No, yeah, he is pacing in fear, and he has her dominated, a 3-1 favorite. We go to the flop.
Lu has not moved it in. She is unflappable, but 144,000 in there, 5 to come.
King, 5, ace.
King, good news for Liz. Lots of split pots out there, about 17% worth. Now it's any 3, any 5 for the splitter. 7.
No, it's a 9.
Thank you.
Phil's safe.
There you
He's
go.
doubled
You
up.
found one with race queen.
He wanted
Yeah.
to trap
Okay.
her.
Fine.
He wanted to.
I'm gonna
He
do
wanted
that.
to lay the trap. He did.
10-20.
And this is a significant pot because this will vault him back into second place and leave Andy Black. Now,
30, 40.
So Phil put those chips in like.
have you ever seen anybody put chips in the pot like that?
Seems like Phil has sort of climbed himself back up on his horse. It's. Is it Black who needs to make
Right,
a move
it's 24
here?
in total.
Well,
Has Andy just moved all in?
Yes, he's dominated here. This could be the first mistake he's made, or is it going to come back to haunt him? Will Liz call? Is the question.
Well, I think so, because he's gone to the well maybe once too often. But now look at this. Phil Hellmuth has got 2 4s. What will he do?
Kind of, this is the danger of Black's strategy, isn't it?
Phil easily gets rid of the 4s.
Black asking a big question, and silently, too. He's gone very quiet.
not that much anyway.
He's only 51.
And Liz has made a good call here.
She's made a great call.
What you got?
King, queen.
Ooh, you got me bad.
That is the story. Liz Lou has done everything perfect tonight, and if the
Had a
King
pair.
Queen holds, as it's wont to, we will be head up.
There's a good time to get lucky.
There's 166 in here.
Ace, ace, 6. No help so far for Mr. Black.
Not a lot of split plots in there, Kenna.
No, sirree. The turn. Another 6.
That's not a good card either.
Well, it's given a couple splits out
that's
there.
all right.
Ace or a 6 for a split. Black needs the jack.
It's a 4.
Hello?
And by dint of a kicker, Andy Black out in third. 3 points, 3,000.
I'm sure she bets
Good game, guys.
And perhaps sets up for next time.
Nice game.
But what a head up we've got.
Oh, it's going to be a fun heads-up battle between the Brat and the Beauty. Phil Hellmuth and Liz Lou.
Got 3 points. Really you want to get first and second in these because there's a big difference between second and third. But at least I didn't get 0 points.
2 players now fighting it out to go top of the Premier League. And looking at the stats, Liz Lou does have more chips, although she had more, but her opponent, Phil Hellmuth, considers himself the best in the world. Well, the great thing about this event is it has every indication of sorting out who the best of the best is. Big hand here for Liz.
King Jack. Suited.
Cool.
This could be a bit of a trap play. She'd like to get a raise here, wouldn't she? She wouldn't mind it. Not from that hand.
Look at this. Liz Lou setting the trap perfectly against her opponent, especially if they could see the cards. Queen Jack for Hellmuth. He's outflopped her.
Check.
18,000.
Well, this is the moment Phil's been waiting for. He's been waiting to trap Liz, saying that she bets every flop. And here it is. He's flopped top pair. He's checked it. And sure enough, she's bet. How will he react?
Given his MO today, don't you think he's more likely to call?
See that? That was a little move there, Jesse. The old cut off the stack and put it back. Little psychological battle going on.
Phil's actually having a real problem here trying to figure out how to make 18,000. And I guess the question for Liz Lou here is, will her...
Oh, she said pull it in. I thought she said all in.
I'm all in.
Oh,
All
she's
in.
moved all in. Phil is
Quick
quickly
call from
called.
Phil, and this is big stuff.
Yep.
Liz Lou has got outs, but there's not a whole heap and horde of them.
Unbelievable. She has a 10 or a king, though. Still a lot of outs. We go to the turn. It's a 7.
It's a club draw.
And it's a club. So now any club, any 10, any king. Wow. A bevy of outs, a buffet of outs, as we call it, for Liz Liu. As we go to the river, it's an ace. Phil Hellmuth doubles up again.
Big double up for Hellmuth. And
100.
He can barely crack his voice to talk. Momentum swing and then some here, Kenna.
The thing that Liz Liu can do is not only to mentally right herself, but physically right herself by trying to shore up her, take a note from her opponent, her posture,
All in.
or have something going her way. She's moved all in. She has king four of diamonds on the button. We look down at Phil Hellmuth's cards. He calls.
I think he looked at one and it was an ace.
Jacks.
Two
Oh,
jacks.
Two jacks.
This could be it.
Yep. Liz Liu using the big sword, and it looks like it's come back to bite her.
It sure does.
She needs a king here, Kenna.
We go to the flop. 10, 8, 3. No help for Liu. To the turn. It's a 10.
Yeah, just left 3 cards in the deck. And
Liz is going to need a king. It is not. It's a
Liz
5.
played really
Phil
well.
Hellmuth
Should have won it with the queens. Girl.
wins this heat.
Played really well.
I feel really good, actually. Even though I didn't get first, but at least I got second. So that's good.
I had to dig down deep because I knew, and Andy Black knew, that second place was worth twice as many points as third place. So with 3 players left, there's a lot of drama in these things, and I knew I just had to hang in there, continue to play my game, and don't get impatient.
Well, that was action from the Skyway to Stratham. Phil Hellmuth's victory taking him and his 8 points to the top of the leaderboard. Join us next time when the remaining 6 players take their seats here at the Party Poker Premier League Poker.
"12 poker players, a room full of egos, everyone out to prove who is the best in poker." What a fantastic start we've had to this Premier League.
Please don't single me out for your rules.
Here, you give your speech. I know all the rules.
I just called it like it is. Now you're mad at me?
Phil, I don't think you've got a license to tell anybody about moaning in a poker.
See you guys.
Tony, why do you want us to send you 0?
Phil Hellmuth, top of the league right now.
I'm trying to be the best poker player of all time. I'd like to have this Premier League title.
But the other half of the field into play. This is how the tournament works. Every regular season match awards 20 points and $20,000. It's 8 points for first place, all the way down to 1 point for fifth. If 2 players are level on points at the end of the league, the player with the most wins will be ahead. Everyone's got their eye on that final table. The 12-game regular season will bring the top 4 in the league standing straight there. The final 2 seats will be the winners of the playoff matches, heads up between 5th and 8th and 6th and 7th, while the bottom 4 in the league standings straight to relegation.
I'm Jesse May, and this is the PartyPoker.com Premier League Poker. With me today, Phil Hellmuth, who stormed to the front in the last heat and is top of the table. Phil, you got to be really pleased about that.
Absolutely. It's always great to win and to start out in front with 8 points. I mean, first or second's key, man. 8, 6, and 3 points for third. So you have to get to first or second. First is just icing on the cake, baby.
Now, having started this tournament out and dipping your feet into the format, do you think this is going to be an accurate reflection of who the best in poker is?
Well, to tell you the truth, Jesse, there's a lot of skill in each individual event, but the fact that you get to play 6 of them makes the difference. So I think you're going to see some of the better players emerge by the end of this thing. You know, starting out winner was great, and now I get to watch. I go from playing and winning to commentating, and I'm going to think it's going to be really interesting to see everybody's whole cards and the way they're going to play, especially because I have to play them all again.
Exactly. So let's have a look at who's going to be sitting around the table tonight.
Of all the people in this tournament, who's had the most success in the past 2 years, I mean, that's me by a long way. You're going to see me in the final 6, so watch out.
I know I'm entering the valley of the giant egos, but I'm not scared. I'm just here to gamble.
I'm the only one from Germany, obviously, so I want to win this very much.
I've had enough of second places. I'm here to win.
I reckon I've got the perfect game for this format, and I'm willing to take it to any of the players.
When you step up to the door of destiny, you have to be able to open it. And certainly I'm on that footstep.
A roll, tied, a roll. Let's get this heat underway. 6 players sitting down for this exciting heat. Phil, what do you make of this heat?
Well, first of all, Juha Helpy finished second to me for my 10th bracelet, and he played a great game, and he's known worldwide by now.
Looking at the chips there, players beginning with 100,000 each in chips. The yellow's worth 1, the blue's 2, the red's 5,000 apiece. And of course, it's not all about winning. Points given out for every place you finish. Cards out of the chute for the first hand. Now, Phil, in your first heat, the Devilfish tried to take charge early to his demise. Do you think anyone's going to do that here?
Kenna James could try to take charge. You know, and look, he has a 10-5, and what's he doing? Sure enough, he's trying to take charge. I guess it was a lucky call there, but yeah, he's going to try to take charge. I don't like that strategy. Ian Fraser's probably going to fold this hand, and it's not a bad fold. I mean, Kenna raised under the gun. If he could see Kenna's hands, he'd re-raise him.
Oh, wow, maybe he can, Phil.
Wow.
That's pretty aggressive by the Fraser, isn't it?
I mean, it's like he saw the hand. But I mean, it was just, you got to give him credit. He's made a good play here.
I fold too, like my robot friend.
I would be folding ace-4 clubs for the original bet, never mind re-raising, but you just give him credit. He's read Ken as having nothing, and he's raised.
It's 9,000 back on KJ. Is there any way he can justify peeling off the flop here?
He could. I mean, if he puts...
like this all day, is it?
I don't know. If I pick up good cards, it will be.
I think Kenna's probably going to fold. He wants to take charge, but... Let's see if he picks up something on Ian. Now, if Kenna is playing like a super genius, he could just move all in here, and there's a high probability Ian would fold. Nope.
Well, fireworks, the first hand. And Phil, they talk about sending the message early. Has Kenna been warned?
Well, I mean, I think Kenna might have to rethink his let me take charge strategy, because Fraser popped him on the first hand back.
Ian Fraser has made a massive impact on TV poker in the past few years. He's won the UK and European Open titles and become one of the most feared players at the 6-seater format.
Windsor Castle, and they were changing the guards, and the Italian guy was filming,
Yeah.
standing right in the way,
Yeah.
and they just ran over him. Just
Corn
attention,
on the button here.
The guards are coming.
They did.
Yeah, they just ran over.
Fraser the
Just walked right over.
just
Just like
The camera was...
On horses.
on
No,
horses?
no.
No, just in foot.
Oh, they just
Oh,
walk
yeah,
past?
you know, the beef eater.
But he broke their stride, I bet.
Cool.
Step on somebody's head, it kind of
It was just
changes your gait.
A very interesting hand here, because Fraser decided to call with 9-7 suited,
6,000 total.
which means Roland didn't raise with the ace-8.
Oh, wow.
Now Vicky picks up 9, she raises, and now let's see what Eddie does here. I think he's probably going to re-raise it. It's the most simple way to play the hand. And he's hoping that maybe Vicky has jacks or 10s, and
We raised to 19,000.
Oh, my. Is Kenna James going to Can he take this hint, raise and re-raise, Phil?
Wow. Well, you know, you had a limp in, you had another limp in, you had a raise and a re-raise by Eddie Scharf. Now this is, you can't get away from ace-king too often in these things, but this would be a spot where Kenna could actually get away from it. But let's give him some credit. I mean, laying down ace-king is you know, bordering a world-class play there.
Great stuff, and it's cleared the field around. Now what about Vicky?
Vicky might decide that, might decide to call. It's not that much more for her to call, right?
It's only 13,000, Phil.
So I wouldn't blame Vicky if she took a flop here.
If she hits a 9, perhaps she could bust him.
Exactly. And she has, you know, good laydown. Give her credit. That was a very good laydown. Now they're playing the game. There was an ace-king and 2 9s folded before the flop this hand. Wow.
Water, says Kenna. I need water after folding the ace-king before the flop. This game of the Premier League season underway. Remember, in this Premier League format, each of the 12 players will play 6 games, trying to accrue points in the league standings that'll keep them in that promotion zone to the final table.
That's what he said to Jesse.
When you've won bracelets, trophies, and millions of dollars, think of the shame if you're in the bottom 4 of these point standings, the relegation zone. And Fraser really out of the box here. Is he going to get a re-raise from the Wolf? Oh my! This is setting up very well for Vicky.
Wow.
How much is it? 32.
And this is going to put Roland in a lot of trouble.
Wow. So Fraser made a move at this pot. Roland detected the move with the ace-jack of spades. He made a nice re-raise.
That is the least clever thing.
And now Vicky has picked up 2 aces. What a great position for her to be in.
She's moved all in here, Phil.
Yeah, and she goes all in. I mean, very lucky hand for her that, that Ian was out messing around with 8-4, and that Roland made a good read on the 8-4 was very lucky for her. Sometimes someone makes a great read, and it benefits you when you're sitting with a bigger hand behind.
Is Vicky thinking that Roland might have a big enough hand that she can get action from him?
I don't know what she's thinking, but she decided to just stack off, and that's one way to play the hand. That is the most conservative way to play that. And Roland's going to fold quickly too because he knows that he's probably against ace-king. How many chips does he have left is the question. They have $32,000 each in this pot, and it's only, what does he have left? 60,000, right? He's getting laid 2-to-1 on the call here, right?
Yeah.
He's getting laid over 2-to-1 on the call. He thinks he's a 2.5-to-1 underdog. He has no idea that Vicky has aces, which is the worst possible hand for him.
Oh, pass quicker next time.
Why she's begging for a call.
I've got to be behind, but
But you're getting a lot of odds.
It might be a flip. Got queens or kings.
Exactly. Now you're thinking right. But can you get away from your hand?
Okay.
Yep, he has to fold.
Pass.
It wasn't that hard to fold to me, but
Way behind me if you pass.
very lucky hand.
So Vicky Corin, the beneficiary of the bullets in the small blind, and Phil, she is the chip leader. And she looks very comfortable down there, doesn't she? Vicky's hit the headlines lately with a big win in the EPT Championship in London. She's really proved her status as a player.
When I was a student, I used to commute back to London on the weekends on the bus. I used to go back and lose all my grant money every week in a game in North London. When I was young, I don't want to sound like a very, very old woman, but they didn't have the internet back then. So if you wanted to learn poker, you had to pay whatever money it cost to sat down, and you did your brains learning the game. And about 2 years in, you had to make a decision, either, all right, I'm going to get good at this, or I'm going to stop. And I hope I went the first way. I might not look like most people's idea of a serious poker player, and I find it very hard to talk like one, all that alpha male, I'm the greatest stuff. But I've won a lot of money playing poker, and I know what I'm doing.
$1 million says she does. Vicky Corin's poker game on in leaps and bounds. Phil Hellmuth beside me, top of the league, and one of these six is going to tie him tonight. Corin limping in up front with the 8-10 suited, and Ian.
That's bad for her. Fraser has the queen 10. He has her covered.
Pass.
Her 10 covered, as we'd say.
The Wolf just happy to get a free flop.
Look
here.
at that. 8, 10, queen 10, jack 9. If we had like one of those weird medium flops, they could all flop something big, right?
Yeah, 9, 10, jack, huh?
Okay, there's going to be fireworks because we have Fraser's flopped top pair with a 10, and Vicky has flopped a flush draw with a 10 with a weaker kicker. So I predict there's going to be some fireworks here. Let's see what happens.
I mean, Vicky's going to have an impossibility trying to lay this down, isn't she? Is Fraser raising?
Well, Vicky just called in the first position here, so that's the only thing that concerns Fraser. Did she call with jacks or queens or kings or something, and now she's just went ahead and bet out on it.
Raise 25.
10,000 plus 15 from Ian, and big chance of Vicky moving all in here, Phil.
Well, I think Vicky's probably going to move all in here. She has to at least call 15,000 more, but this is a good spot for her to move all in. She asked for a count.
Okay, I'm all in.
Okay, so I think she's made a very good all in here because she has 2 chances to win this hand. And look at that. You see the stats on the screens there? It's almost even money. But her first chance is if she gets Ian Fraser to fold for the $55,000 raise. And her second chance is she can hit an 8 or a heart.
Yeah, and Fraser's given her the opportunity to get her chips in first.
It's a very difficult call. If I could bet with somebody right now, say you, Jesse, I would bet he's going to fold.
I might not get a better chance here.
I would still say he's going to fold. You want to bet it, Jesse?
No, I'm with you. I can see the cards, and if I had his hand, I'd fold, even seeing her hand.
I don't know if I'm out.
And he's been forced out.
He didn't like it, did he?
I mean, you are incredible. Really. I'm like a little spur.
Looking at the leaderboard, ladies out in front again, Phil.
That's right. We've had 2 of these, and both times the early chip leader's been a woman. Last time Liz Liu, this time Vicky Corin, and there's only 2 women in this thing.
KJ on the button.
Pass.
Wow, kind of folded a king on the button. I'm surprised.
Oh.
A little limp in from Ian. He has.
Don't be surprised if Yuha just moves them all in for 46,000. No.
Raised 14 total. 10 more.
He's raised 10 more. It's a good raise. And he has Ian Fraser in bad shape because they both have an 8 in their hand.
Looks like Fraser's considering the big move he is, and he's done it.
And I think Yuha's going to call him.
If Helpy does, he'll be in great shape, dominating.
He's a 2.5 to 1 favorite, Yuha is. You know, I'd be surprised if he folds. But let's see.
Yuha having a look.
You see, Yuha's been slow playing some hands himself. He just called and then re-raised a few times, right? So he's thinking, is that what just happened to me? Did Fraser just call with 10s and then re-raise, or did Fraser just call with ace-queen and then re-raise, hands that would have Yuha in bad shape? Now, if Yuha senses weakness, he's going to call, and if he doesn't, he's going to fold.
Call.
And he called. He sensed weakness, and I thought he'd call. I mean, let's give Yuha credit. I mean, he's my favorite to win this thing.
Perhaps the difference between good and great, Yuha Helpy makes the call, and he's right to boot. Fraser now in terrible shape here.
Fraser's a 2.5 to 1 underdog. He really needs a lot of help here. He basically needs a jack or a straight or a flush.
The only good news for the Razor, that there's got 5 more of these to play.
That is a great flop for Yuha right now. Ian Fraser needs a jack. 1 to come. Ian needs a jack, or he's gone.
Don't look pretty. Oh, yeah.
Chair goes back and river comes down. 3 kings with the ace, good enough.
It was a paint, but Yuha Helpy played the hand perfectly. He raised 10,000, then he called the 32,000 more. When he had the best hand, give him credit. He's now up around 200,000, I guess.
And Fraser, first man out. No points, no money.
They're all great players, and as soon as someone goes short, they don't need schooling. They know, you know, every time it's my blind, I know I get picked on. You can hear the chit chat. You know, I just felt really lousy, to be honest. I need to pick myself up and get out there for the next game.
I have a hard time believing Roland too. He looks like a kid in a candy store that's walking out with a Hershey bar sticking out of his pocket, doesn't he? Huh? In a comic book? I mean, I know he's not, but I mean, just kind of, you know.
And Kenna's just talking up a storm now, and you know,
Hershey bar.
as long as he keeps talking and confusing people, it's good for him.
Yeah, they call them chirping chips, don't they, Philly?
And here comes Vicky just calling with the nines.
Wow.
I mean, I just don't. She's just playing way too conservatively now.
Might she lure someone in?
Well, Eddie Scharf was thinking about raising with 4-5. Of all the hands out there, the only one that has a real chance of beating her at this point is Kenna's King Deuce. I mean, he has an overcard. Excuse me, Juha Helppi's King Deuce.
These players all be well aware, Phil. The last time Vicky limped in, she made something big. She put the move on Fraser, didn't she?
It's a terrible flop for her.
Where's the advantage?
But if she bets 4 or 5, if she bets anything, she wins the pot.
Scharf looking for a deuce to make the wheel, yeah.
Okay, that's an open-ended straight draw for Scharf, right? He needs a 6 or a deuce.
Wow, Roland DeWolf's going to go for a naked bluff. He's saying that 24,000 is too valuable to leave behind.
Wow, look at that. That is a nice play. Just judging by what Vicky's done so far, she's probably going to fold this, but if she can find her way to make this brilliant call here, she's going to be back in the hunt, and the boys are going to say, wow, what a call.
You think Wolf is going to bluff on the river? Is he going to follow through here?
Yes.
He's committed.
He's going to follow through.
He's checked it.
Wow, that was a bad play. Now Scharf, all he has to do is bet 10,000 or something, some small bet. Scharf really check 5 high. Just for a tiny little bet, he's going to win this pot. Oh, and he bet big. Good move. Scharf wins the pot. That was excellent. Rowan has no option. I mean, it's
They
over.
both got nothing.
Yep.
8 high would win.
Well, I mean, if DeWolf bets first, he wins it. All he had to do is bet 8,000 or something.
I was thinking no heart, please, on the end, no heart. 7's bad too.
That was not Dream River card.
DeWolf saying there, I guess, filled a lot of cards on the river he would have bluffed at, but not that one. You believe him?
Well, I think what DeWolf is trying to say is, man, I had jacks. I really hated the 7 of hearts. But we're at home. We see his Andy had an 8 and a 6, for God's sake.
It's kind of like riding a horse.
Roland DeWolf, he exploded onto the poker scene in the last 18 months. WPT and DPT titles between them.
I'm an adrenaline junkie. That's what I love. That's what I need. When you're a gambler, you just find people to gamble against, and it doesn't matter whether you're playing Chinese against Helmuth or against some guy from the street. It's just the adrenaline. It's great. I'm not primarily driven by records or titles. It's about money, of course. It's about playing well, and it's about living a lifestyle that you're accustomed to and that you want. I think that's the most important thing. Hopefully winning a few trophies along the way would be great too. The mantelpiece is pretty full, but you know, I can always put another one.
Leaderboard for this stage of the game, Ian Fraser out while Juha Helppi way on top. Roland DeWolf, he's short, does not want to pick up that 1 point. He wants more. Pretty hard to believe it'll go like the last one, Phil. Too much pressure?
Chips are going to get moved now. That's just the way it's going to be. You know, I mean, each opening is 30 to 35,000. There's going to be some re-raises, so.
DeWolf was probably down to this one or the next one, so he thought.
Yeah, so he's moved on with 10-8, 31,000. What could he do? Oh.
25.
Kenna hasn't looked at this
I
card
don't think
yet.
he's looked yet.
Yeah,
No,
he wouldn't slow roll him.
35.
No. Kenna's saying I'd call with any 2 cards, but he'll find the aces there. You can't really blame Roland for moving here, can you?
Well, he could have waited one more hand, or sometimes I like to wait for the big blind because sometimes a good situation comes up there. Ken hasn't looked at his hand yet. When he looks down and sees two aces, he'll say, I call.
I'm sorry, I wasted the time. Call. Sorry.
Yeah, it wasn't slow roll at all. That was
It was totally unintentional. He even apologized, because it could have been interpreted in a...
looked at it, obviously.
Good call.
Ken is feeling a little silly right
There's some
now.
English humor. Good call.
But the situation here, Phil, DeWolf in very serious shape by about a factor of 4 to 1. Surprised he's in such good shape.
Yep, 81%. So, I mean, 4 to 1 favorite here, basically.
Oh,
wow!
That's what I get for not looking at my hand.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I do.
You don't think aces can get cracked? Think again.
Wow, that was unbelievable.
Look at that percentage switch.
Feels confident.
This hand's been a bit funny, hasn't it? 2 aces in the deck for KJ.
Bing! Corner pocket.
Now that's a bad beat there.
Oh, my goodness.
Are
Now
you
that's scary.
serious? There's an ace on the river. So Roland got all of his hopes up. He'd have 70-some thousand in chips, and boom, there's the ace on the end. Roland said, hey, listen, just turn the deuce 3-4 and end it. Don't show me 3 10s and then pull an ace out on the river, for God's sakes.
He's smiling, Phil. He's laughing. This guy is one cool customer. This
He really
DeWolf.
is. He really is a cool customer.
You better believe he's going to be back, but out with 1 point here tonight.
Significant pot.
Look at that.
It was a
hand
significant
again.
pot, Kenna.
It was, would have been over 70,000, and DeWolf, who thought he was dead, all of a sudden flopped 3 10s, but the ace on the river, the full boat ace is full.
Yeah, what a hand, huh?
I can do a lot of things in poker, but I can't make people pass aces before the flop. So that's what I would have needed to do to win today, and no one was passing aces.
So 2 of the favorites gone, but these things happen. And this is where the points get meaty.
Not you, unless you're
Huge
gonna toast
opportunity
yourself.
for one of these 4 to make an impact. Vicky Corin on 88,000. And Kenna with a hand to
25.
turn the screws a little.
All in. I'm all in.
Re-raise all in from Vicky Corin. She's making her move. And what good timing she's found.
Great
much more?
timing. She finally moved all in, but you know what? This is one of those situations where the raise is only... How much is the raise? Let's get the raise right before we... She started with 88, 25. It's a $63,000 raise, so Ken is getting laid 2 to 1 with his ace high here. And he has a real tough situation. He's getting laid 2 to 1. He may actually decide to call here. But
63,000 more.
he's got a very tough call here against Vicky because Vicky has not made a move. She hasn't been aggressive enough. She finally got aggressive. Good play, and she's probably going to win this pot.
And she's going to take KJ off the best hand.
She made a good play. Now that's what she needs to do a little bit more of. Not necessarily all in with King 10, but maybe a few more opening races. But that was very well played. She made the right move at the right time for sure. Well played, Vicky.
She's showing a bit of the form that won her the London Championship. Looking
Good
at
play,
Vicky Corin's chip history here, her worm.
Well, that's what I said. She just slowly went down, and she made her move, and boom, that's the spike up.
Just so you guys know, I don't have enough to fold next time, so.
Now, let's take a look at Kenneth, because you're going to see he lost like 75,000 the last 2 hands. Zoop! Straight down. Ouch. Now that's got to hurt, right? And look at Kenna. He's turning red right now. I turned red after I lose a couple of pots,
So,
too. But you can see it. It's
that'll be
noticeable.
I'm going to tell you right now, it will be a burr.
A cowboy, Kenna James, one of the real nice characters on the poker scene. He plays hard and then plays hard.
I started, playing, for paychecks, just for every penny I had in my pocket. And there was days where I would sit in the car at night after losing everything I had and crying my eyes out and thinking, is this worth it? I think everybody comes to that point, and you got to push through it. And thank God I just had I had the strength to find something I really love to do. And I think isn't that the key in life, to find something you really love
and that's really success. So I'm happy with that, and everything else that comes is just gravy.
Welcome back. 4 left, battling it out for points, while the others sit in the green room eyeing up the competition. Except Phil Helmuth, who's sitting with me.
You guys abstain.
Yuha Helpy currently with the advantage at the table. He's in the lead.
Use the euro, and that's Austria. It's basically the same.
Austria. It's a nice country.
You gotta
Austria,
like that
I'm sure.
about Kenna.
They
He's
write
got
music over there,
everybody
too. That's why
laughing.
it's
He's
called
lighting the
Austria.
tension. He's got
Right?
people.
Like
No,
Mozart
Vicky,
from
don't
there,
call. Don't call. Don't call. Don't call. Don't call.
Is she trapping here, Phil? Is she committed to this hand? It doesn't matter.
I just don't like the call. Now, you know, I mean, she might end up doing well here, but why not
I'm
raise it
checking
up
dark.
and
I'm
just
gonna
take
show
that
weakness right off the
15,000?
top, okay?
Now, one of these
So
times it might come
show
a
you
queen
how weak
jack
this
where she actually
cowboy
gets a
is.
nice payoff.
I'm
I mean,
checking.
that's what she's been playing for, and she really has been unlucky not to get that. And there it is. Now, this could be an enormously huge pot, and she's a huge favorite right now. She has a flush draw, an open and a straight draw. She needs a king or a 9 or a spade or a queen or an ace, for God's sakes.
It's going to be tough for Helpy to get away from this. Although Kenna James,
25,000 all in.
a lot of information.
68 again.
I mean, these guys. It's my Phil Helmuth impression.
Well, he did a good Phil Helmuth impression. That's exactly what I would have done, because I would have checked top pair too, and then when they go bam, bam, but I would fold the hand probably within another 15 seconds if you want to do the impression right.
Wow.
Yes, Kenna, we know you have top pair and a belly buster straight draw.
Wow.
You know it's no good. Kenna was going to check raise the flop, though. It turns out he's in bad shape, not just to one hand, but two hands.
See, I knew you were robbing.
You were wrong, Kenna. He has you dead.
What the heck are you doing over there, Bigster?
I'm re-bluffing.
Are you?
Yeah.
What do you got, ace 9 of spades? Something like that?
It is a huge hand for Vicky.
Well,
but,
that's
You had a raise with ace 9 of spades. Let me just... Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't talk. He's in the hand.
Well, he's wrong about that. She didn't raise with ace queen of spades, so she's not raising with ace 9 of spades. Can't believe Kenna's taken so long
What's
here.
Helpy going to do? Is it automatic call from it's going to be 78,000 more, Phil?
Well, right, with 78,000 more, I think he's...
was the best thing I did there. I couldn't believe that one.
Anyway, he could get away from this.
Pass.
Well, is it It's 78,000 more, right?
Yeah.
Really?
He's actually
Assuming
priced
it's
in, isn't he?
78,000 more, he's really priced in here. I mean, you know, I can't really blame him if he calls. I mean,
I need a drink.
Yuha hates it. I mean, the only hand he can beat is a draw. I mean, she just stacked off.
See, now this is a bad beat. Okay? This is bad. You come over, and the bar's empty.
I mean, she could have ace-jack. Now, Yuha might be thinking to himself, she might have queen-jack suited. And if she has queen-jack suited, she may have played it the same way. She could have the jack-queen of spades. She could have jack-queen offsuit and just decide it's good. Because he didn't race with king-jack. So he knows that Vicky knows that Vicky, I'm sure, would think queen-jack is good because he didn't raise. So that might make him call. Do you understand? And it's only 78,000 more. There's already 160 in there, so he's getting laid 2-1. He may well have the best hand. She could be drawing, and he's made the call.
Yeah, Corin.
He's made a good call.
Technically drawing,
He's 2-1
ahead percentage-wise.
Yeah, she's a 2-1 favorite. He's a 2-1 underdog. So he made the call. He got the right math. And let's see what happens. She's in great shape.
She's got lots of chances to be a huge chip leader. Does Corin. Some chances to go out as well.
Wow.
That switched it. She's a dog now.
She's an underdog now. This is an exciting hand. You know.
Any spade, any 9, any king, any queen, and the ace.
Wow, that is really unlucky for Vicky. I give her credit, actually. She did get all the money in, a huge favorite there. And basically, she lost the pot. I mean, that's a pretty tough way to go out.
Yeah, her gun shooting blanks tonight on the turn in river.
It must be pointed out that was a $220,000 pot, and she was a 2-1 favorite. So she just couldn't dodge the mighty Yuha.
I think I played a pretty straightforward game today. When it seemed like the right time to stick my chips in, I did, and I passed when I didn't. And, you know, need a little bit more luck to get further in, but the brilliant thing is we get about 5 more attempts.
2 points there for Vicky, which will place her mid-pack.
I don't know. There was another time too. I don't know. I mean, I tell you, I can't even tell you what I.
Is there any
I can't even
argument for
tell you
Kenan
what-
to be thinking,
Sometimes,
I'll leave Eddie Scharf alone and try and
one
take
of
some
those
chips from
times.
Juha?
Well, maybe look at that. Eddie Scharf folded a
usual.
queen 10 on the button. That surprises me. I mean, I would have had at least call there. Wow.
Oh, gosh.
Well, of course, now knowing that Kenna James has aces,
Right, it's 25 total.
don't be surprised if Juha just throws a king high away for 15,000 here. On the other hand, Juha's thinking, you know what? If I move Kenna all in and I'm wrong, I still have 200,000 left. Okay, Juha went with the math and said maybe a king will come. Well, you know what?
20,000 dark.
He doesn't want a king.
Just to let you know where I'm at.
What is this about? KJ,
Beautiful
the bet in
play.
the dark.
Beautiful play on
Why?
Kenna's part. Well, because it looks like
Just
he's
so-
weak
just
that
so
way.
you know.
It looks like he's weak that way.
20 to call.
Now, I think Juha's going to figure it out and just get away.
Kenna pulling out every trick in the book. Is Juha falling for it?
He's trapped Juha. See, betting 20 in the dark, he got Juha to just give him 20,000. Now, if Kenna's smart, he'll check. But, of course, we don't know that, you know, we can't see what he can see.
Check it.
Nice check. Now he's giving Juha a chance to bluff in case Juha has nothing. And Juha, oh, my God.
This is a high-level hand. Helpy's drawn dead right now, Phil.
Helpy's drawn dead. Now, let's see what Kenna does
30?
here.
30, yep.
30,000.
I mean, isn't
Now,
there-
if Kenna knew he had king 5, he would just call here. But I think you might see Kenna go all in or something here.
Well, if he does go all in, Phil, he can only be called by hand that beats him, can he?
How beautifully did Kenna play this hand? That's what I got to ask you, Jesse. How beautifully did he play this hand? And he just called again. That was so pretty. And now Juha's thinking his ace-king. Well, that was perfect. Now, that was so perfect. Now, Kenna gets to check again, and Juha might just decide to move all in. Kenna played him so perfectly.
There's 150,000 in there. Helpy has to bet to win. KJ's got him. He suckered him.
He suckered him so beautifully. The $20,000 bet in the dark on the flop was the difference. Now, Juha's thinking Kenna has 2 8s or he has ace-king. If I move all in, can I get him to fold? He doesn't have any idea that Kenna has aces or, you know, he would have given up a long time ago. I really hate the fact that Juha fell into his trap. Juha should have just folded the king 5 on the flop. Why bluff 20?
Beat 2 7s and take it, man. That's all I can say. Beat 2 7s and take it.
Helpy's really thinking about this.
Can you beat 2 7s?
See, Helpy's already given away 30,000 and 20,000.
That means it's a check.
Helpy's sick. Right now, Helpy's sick right now. He's like, why did I give away $50,000 with king 5 offsuit when I was trying to play tight?
He is, Phil, but he can see the humor in the situation as well.
Yes, you got to give him credit for that. He is smiling. I give him credit for that.
Yeah, not bad. Now you're on my left. I got to have one.
It's pretty wide open now, isn't it, Phil? You think Kenna, would you put Kenna favorite right now from a psychological point of view?
Juha's played too good all day. Uh-oh.
Right, it's a 25 total.
10 plus 15 from Helpy, suited
Helpy's
connectors.
staying aggressive.
Is he steaming?
He may well be steaming. I mean, Eddie Scharf's thinking about moving in on with a king 6, so let's see what Kenna does. Oh, okay. This is Kenna's chance to just move him all in right now. But it's a difficult thing for Kenna. Kenna may end up calling here. Yeah, he called. I don't blame him.
See what happens?
Yeah, but I mean, you know, the difficult thing is it's very hard to make those kind of re-raises, you know? Now let's see if what Kenna does here.
Is that a weak lead?
Well, that's got to be frustrating for Juha because Juha, you know, was in there with 9-8. Now, let's see if Juha. I mean, let's see what kind of. I mean, look, listen. The average player has to lay down the 9-8. It's over. The pot's over, right? You understand, Jesse?
Intestinal
it's over.
fortitude, perhaps.
But Juha, if he piles in 100,000 here, that is just.
What if he piles in about 80?
Wow. What can you say? What a great play. Yuha's trying to win the tournament.
Under 40.
You got to give him credit. Now let's see. I just, again, the average guy would have just folded. Now it's back on Kenna. Now the average guy in Kenna's spot would fold too. It's in fact, it's an easy. He's in a much more difficult place than Yuha is actually. I'd be very surprised if Kenna can do something here.
Well, Phil, the fact that Yuha just raised a little bit, it looks even stronger, doesn't it?
Yuha played the hand so perfectly.
Messing wrong with the wrong guy, man. I'm telling you.
Well, you know, Kenna's talking about messing with the wrong guy, and Kenna's right about that, but guess what? He said, don't mess with me. Yuha not only messed with him, he bluffed him.
I mean, it looks like a snowdrift over here.
Yuha Helpe is the original Finnish poker player. He has won a WPT event, but is more well known for finishing second in big events, once to Roland de Wolf and once to Phil Hellmuth.
My career highlight is definitely the WPT Aruba because that meant a lot to me. I was totally unknown before that. Then people got to know me. I got to play some big tournaments. I got some other nice results, and it's been like a dream after that. I have a few big second places. I really hated losing to Roland and especially losing to Phil last summer. But I hope I get my revenge here.
We are witnessing some great stuff. And Phil, any
some
chance?
high-level poker there by some high-level poker. I thought the King-5 was low-level. I thought that the 8-9 was high-level.
Any chance that Sharf could just sit there and get his way into second by letting the others crack on?
Look at this. Look at this. King-6 for Sharf.
He made it 30,000. Oh, wow.
Oh, 2 kings for Kenna James. All right. Now, what Kenna's thinking is, how should I play this hand?
Call.
Wow, what a beautiful play that was. He smooth called to try. Oh, he smooth called to try to nail Helpe out of a big pot, and now Helpe's gonna raise here. What a beautiful smooth call. These last 3 hands are amazing.
It's almost a call.
And he moved all in, and there it was. And what a beautiful play. Kenna has just won the tournament.
It could be over right now. Sharf
He has
might
just
call as
won
well.
the tournament, I think. I don't think Sharf... Listen, even if he busts... He's not going to bust Helpe this hand. But if his kings hold up, he's going to have over 400,000 in chips. Do you understand? Doesn't matter what Sharf does, the tournament's over if these 2 kings hold up. Because it doesn't matter, Sharf only has a little bit of chips. If Sharf manages to fold his hand, he's going to end up with about the same amount of chips as Helpe. What a sick position for Sharf to be in. With a king-6, he's looking at 2 kings. Oh, God. Kenna, you know, if Helpe hits an ace here, that's brutal for Kenna, because Kenna played this hand just world-class beautiful. Oh, and he insta-called him. Helpe almost fell out of his chair.
Helpe says, bad for me, I guess. He's a right. And James has him snookered.
Wow, what a hand, man.
Let's get on a horse.
You've got Kenna singing again.
King 6 is pretty good.
Wow, what a series of hands. It is KJ all in, but this pot 3,
This is
6, 2.
unbelievable.
I'm going to go over to the bar. You tell me what happens. No, I don't want they'll get upset. Oh, they got a camera over here, right? I can go over here and tell me what happens.
362,000.
I'm getting old, you know. Plus, I don't want them to see my face if something bad happens. Just sit over here and drink. Worst comes to worst. There's no bad beats, just not enough alcohol.
Well, what can you do? Helpe. By the way, it's not like Helpe played this hand really, really bad.
A lot of money at stake. I'm glad they have this bar here. That's all I know. If I lose, I'm taking this coaster home. I just want you to know that. I'm taking this coaster if I lose this hand.
I would hope that if I had ace-jack that maybe I could figure out that Kenna was trapping me, but it's just a tough thing to do.
Have they done the flop yet? Holy cow, come on. My clothes are going out of style. I'm going to have a heart attack here.
You know, basically, Kenna just handed Yuha Helpe a machine gun, and Helpe shot in the middle of the pot there. But the only thing was that Kenna has an aircraft carrier,
with a set of coasters.
and an aircraft carrier is always going to beat a machine gun. He has a tank. It's a tank against a machine gun, boys. That's what it is.
Since you made me wait this long, I'm taking these 2.
Queen 7-5.
Coasters too.
By the way, Yuha wins the tournament if an ace comes off.
Yeah, you're right, Phil. This is huge. This is big.
Glad they don't have a heart monitor on me. I'll tell you that much.
Oh my God. Oh! There's only one king left in the deck now.
Did they do the flop yet?
Phil, Kenna doesn't know yet. KJ doesn't know yet.
Let's say you have 2 outs at the moment.
KJ doesn't know yet.
I'm just taking the whole day in coasters.
Wow, that's just brutal, man. I mean, that is just brutal.
That's why I had to come over here, because I couldn't take it and puke on the table over there.
That is brutal.
Taking all the coasters.
Oh, that makes me sick to my
You've
stomach.
seen it here.
For God's sakes.
You've
I
seen
love
it
you,
twice.
Ha. All right, and I love Kenna, but it
How
makes
bad-
me
how bad
sick
was it?
because Kenna just trapped him like
turn?
so beautifully there. But you know what?
Well,
That's poker, and I'm sure I would have handled it the same way as Kenna. Not, I would have probably knocked a chair over. I'd be swearing. But that's me, the poker brat.
Well, Yuha's saying the truth. KJ getting 5 more chances in this tournament,
This is
and
where I walk
3
silently
points,
on
Phil.
every
He's going to be a
night, right?
factor. But the cowboy lassoed.
I knew it. I knew it was coming. That's why I had to walk away. I couldn't stomach it. I knew when he turned over to ace-jack, that was it. I was done. Every time I come over here, I get down to 1 or 2 players right down at the end and just wham. So very disheartening, and obviously I'm very disappointed. But the one bright spot is that this is the beauty of this format. You know, I'll have more opportunities, and they're going to have to do it to me each and every time because, you know, I'm going to come back with some vengeance.
Ain't we got fun? Head up now. And 2 heroes
Can I got aces
who have
twice
gotten
on
here
first
by
tee?
vastly different routes.
Handshake?
I think one interesting thing about this is they're shaking hands. Yuha's talking now about how lucky Kenna was. He picked up aces, he picked up aces, he picked up kings, he picked up kings. Yuha, you just put a bad beat on the man for $370,000. Don't tell us how lucky he was.
So these 2 battling it out to be the one who joins Phil Hellmuth at the top of the Premier League standings. But with 6 points already in the bag, most of their work is done.
Wow. Pocket 10s for Sharf.
Best way, limp in perhaps?
Well, I think he'll probably raise it and root for Yuha to move all in.
Oh, look at that. This is
Wow.
funny.
2 black 10s against the 2 red 10s.
All 4 in the deck, isn't it?
And Helpy just... Oh, he did re-raise, okay. They're going to be in shock.
You don't see this too often.
Black pair.
What are the odds?
And Phil, only about 1 in 100 times is this pot not going to get split. Perhaps
Yeah.
even less.
Well, maybe 3 or 4 in 100, but it's definitely rare. Helpy's on the free roll, as he said. Free roll, which means he can hit the club.
Free roll to win it as well.
Club is like 18 to 1 or something, by the way. So I mean, but at least he has a chance.
Yeah, anything but a club is.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me!
Sharp is
They
thinking.
even make the split pots take a long time here. Or will it be a split pot?
And he
A
says
club
no.
comes on the end, and Helpy's going to be your tournament winner. It's a club! Wow, you got to be kidding me!
That's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad, no kidding.
Okay.
What a finish to what a heat, Phil.
It must be said, Helpy played a great game. I mean, he really did.
Doesn't matter how.
He got a little bit crazy with the King 5 and the Ace Jack, but he made a lot of really great plays along the way. So let's give him credit.
That last hand, the same hand, unless 4 to a suit appear, which it did. Club, 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 and the flush, giving Helpy the 8 points and the money.
Second is very important because it's double the amount of points from third. So basically my intention was to play a conservative type of poker, especially because my last appearances in this type of tournament weren't so good. So I wanted to get, kind of good feeling, get off to a good start.
I got lucky today to win, to be honest, but I played okay too. And you need a lot of luck to win a hit like this. 5 great players, and well, I include myself a great player also. So 6 great players, and I was lucky enough to win it this time.
As it stands now, after 2 games, Phil Hellmuth and Juha Helppi in the promotional zone leading with 8 points, as are Liz Liu and Eddie Scharf with 6. In the playoff zone, it's Kenna James and Andy Black with 3 points apiece. Vicky Cord and Kirill Gerasimov not unhappy with 2. But relegation right now, facing Devilfish Elliott and Roland DeWolf with a point apiece. And Tony G and Ian Fraser have some work to do.
Well, all our 12 have played, but there's still a long way to go, and only one can become the champion. Join us next time on the PartyPoker.com Premier League Poker.
I cry too much when I lose. You cross boundaries, that's much worse. That's what you do.
He has more money now, more jets, he has more companies. Let's give more to charity, Phil. Let's give half. Every time you win, give half.
Are there any other boundaries you want to cross? You want to talk about my wife and my kids or something? You didn't start there yet? Okay, good.
Coming up tonight, it's poker like never before. The best players you'll ever witness and the biggest egos you'll ever see. Premier League poker is off and running, but the wheels have come off and there are no brakes.
I cry too much when I lose. You cross boundaries, that's much worse. That's what you do.
He has more money now, more jets, he has more companies. Let's give more to charity, Phil. Let's give half. Every time you win, give half.
Are there any other boundaries you want to cross? You want to talk about my wife and my kids or something? You didn't start there yet? Okay, good. You cross boundaries, man. I have the greatest record in tournament hold'em in the world by far. It's not even close.
Phil Hellmuth is an overrated player in his own opinion, in his own mind.
I'm not worried about anyone else. I'm worried about me.
12 of the best poker players from around the globe fighting it out in a league format to see who's the top banana. We're 2 games in, and let's have a look at the league tables to see how the players are doing.
The top 4 is where you want to be at the end of the season. They go straight through to the final table, and currently, Hellmuth and Helppi on top with 8 points. The heads-up zone is a dodgy place. After the regular season, these middle 4 will play heads-up to find the final 2 seats. You don't want to be in the pink zone. It means relegation. And who would have thought the Devilfish and Tony G would lie there now?
Roll 'em. The world is turning. This drama going on. Heat getting underway. 6 players taking their seats. And look there at Phil Hellmuth, who Devilfish won the first heat that you were a part of. Is he in good form or what?
Phil is a very, he's a very good player, but he's also a very lucky player. You know, I mean,
if someone's going to crack Phil tonight, if they're going to put him off his game, could it be one of these 2 guys, Tony G or Kenna James?
Yeah, I happen to know that. I think Kenna and Phil have got quite a lot of history, so you know, they're going to be taking each other on for definite.
Yeah, KJ a bit unlucky in the second heat, and those are the chips. Players starting with 100,000 in chips, as we know. Yellow's worth 1,000, blues are 2, reds 5,000 apiece. And the lady shuffling them there with the nice jewelry is Liz Liu.
He is super smart.
You can always do better than me, Andy, that's for sure. At least you're trying.
Hey, did you see?
No shame in trying.
Did you guys hear that
commitment here?
the views on Tony G's YouTube has just surpassed all the ticket sales from Jurassic Park?
Cole? What's that?
All right, another 4.
Grace, 4,000 more. Cole? Okay, just be a bit careful.
Let's dance.
There's a limp in from Roland, a raise from Tony G out of the big blind on blind.
And 12,000 in the pot here.
Similar content as well.
Yeah.
It's a great flop for Roland, isn't it, Devil?
Check. Great.
It is a good flop.
Check.
And if it comes a 5, they'll both make a straight.
You're gonna better start concentrating. Let her win this game.
Huh?
Start concentrating.
I think Roland's going to pick it up.
7,000. Cold.
She's in trouble. He doesn't know how big trouble he is, does he?
No. He never knows how big a trouble he's in. Oh, look at that's why you see these guys. I don't know how they do it. Unbelievable.
2 outs in the deck for Tony. He's hit him.
Yeah.
And looks like Roland's going to be betting.
7,000.
Yeah.
Is that a defensive bet?
Cold.
7. I think it's. Oh, nice hand, Tony. Good call.
Yeah. 7, 9, that's an outs. 5, just hoping for a 5.
No, 5.
Five's no good.
I was hoping for a 5, don't worry. You could have something else, you don't have to have.
I mean, if Roland's got a 9 in his hand, which he has, you don't want to be catching any
Well
flies.
played, Tony.
Yeah,
You've done nothing wrong. You've done nothing wrong.
It's for rationalisation.
You've done nothing wrong.
Well, he got them all screaming.
You could have a 5,
Yeah.
and
You could have
then I
anything.
called again, now I want you to have something else.
You could easily been in worse spot there.
I could have been.
No, you could have been in a worse spot.
Raise
If he had
total.
made straight.
Yeah, that's right.
Where were you? Where were you?
9-10, that's what I was hoping you had. 9-10.
The Wolf a little steaming perhaps on the button, raising now. King 7 suited. And Tony's gonna, this is what Tony loves, isn't it? Beats a guy in a pot and he plays the next one against him.
Now let Kenna squeeze us.
I mean, didn't you learn anything from the last week's match? I mean, you're out there dancing around every time, wham, 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 over to the bar, and here you are, same thing.
You came third, I remember.
I can't believe Ken is going to call this with an ace-7, is he?
Is he thinking of re-raising?
I don't know what he's doing. I'd sooner re-raise than call with an ace-7 in third spot.
Yeah, I know.
Well, there's not many people that fold this hand for 4,000 except maybe the guy on my left, but I'm going to do it.
Pass.
You like that fold?
Why, it's an automatic fold.
That's why.
Would have been a terrible call.
Tony seems to feel like he's holding over Roland, and perhaps he is.
Yeah, he's got a pretty nice flop here. He's flopped the nut flush draw.
But I'm working on things.
And Roland's flopped the nothing draw. Roland's firing on it.
7,000.
Let's make sure you got it.
Tony's just calling it.
Just calling a flush draw.
Yeah, I like the call. I ain't got a lot of faith in flush draws, you know.
What did you say?
Diamond is what G needs. That's giving Roland a flush draw and a straight
Yeah,
draw.
what a card that was. That was a joker for Roland.
15,000.
That much?
Just a little bit. Not too much.
You like your hand that much? Okay.
You want to swap hands?
I want to see your hand. If I fold, do you show me?
Nah, I don't think you'll fold.
Okay, I'm going to go all in.
Raise all in.
That's a strong play.
This is a strong play. Well, you see, this is Tony betting out 15,000 on the, you know. I didn't like that bet. And he set himself up for this, you know. If he'd have checked, Roland would have probably checked and took a free card.
53,000 right there.
Yeah, take it.
And this is a very strong move from Roland the Wolf, considering he only got 1 point last time, but he knew he was playing against Tony G, who couldn't afford to go out early either.
I had a bad hand, but I had the heart and the commitment to the game to win the pot.
Roland the Wolf in the lead, but those chips will be in play, and it's going to go crazy on the other side. Welcome back. Poker greats and a classic match.
And even though, and I announced, I said, well, this kid must be smart enough to know that he's raising every pot. He's got to slow down now because now he knows they're on to him.
Right.
He just kept right on going. And it worked.
Stop now.
Pass.
Helmuth telling that story, perhaps
one of the only things I
for
got
Roland the
wrong in my
Wolf's benefit.
Pass.
Yeah. No, he's always telling stories where they've got some sort of innuendo in there, you know. Don't do this to me because I'm going to pick up on it.
Raise to 7,000.
7 dimes?
Be a good commentator when you retire.
Hold on a minute. Let me
How
get
does
this
Phil want to
scrape.
play
I'm
this?
gonna get this scrape here. Hold on.
Tony G's managed to fold a 10 jack, which is, you know, it's a good fall for him.
So hard.
That
So
is
hard.
going to make the cut.
But 10 jack's a great hand to get you into trouble. You pick a straight
raised
drop.
to
You're always
25,000
likely to pick a drop. I mean, if you pick a 10 or a jack up, you're not going to like it. You pick a drop.
Pass.
You end up losing all your chips.
Helmut decided to make the re-raise here with the eights. It's probably the right move. Is he going to win this pot? Devil, if you're going to try and get a read off Phil Helmuth.
Re-raise.
Oh, he's re-raised.
Yeah. I know Phil's probably going to throw him away unless he thinks it's a coin flip situation and he decides to gamble.
How has KJ picked up that Phil might not be as strong?
This is where I usually get outplayed when I have a really good hand and they underestimate me. But then, this is where I usually get outplayed, but then I bust the guy later.
Who's he talking
It's
to?
very philosophical.
Who's he talking to?
He's talking to the audience.
Is there, oh, right, okay. I was just wondering what was going on, man. I thought there was someone else here.
Fair enough.
You know, that's kind of weird.
Dave, if Helmuth knew what Kenna James had, would he stick the money in?
I'm not sure you have
Oh
a
yeah,
lot
I'd stick
here.
the money if he knew what he had, for definite. Yeah.
Y'all just give me a minute to think, please.
Yeah. No problem.
Thank you.
No worries.
Take your time. It's probably a coin flip.
You see, I don't like Kenneth. Kenneth shouldn't have really said that. You know, I mean, because that's what Phil's got in his mind. I mean, the only hand Phil wants to call you is Ace King. You know, Ace King, Ace Queen.
Is KJ starting to regret what he
You know
done?
I mean, if you outplayed me here, buddy, you deserve it. You really do. And I'll get you anyway, so I fold. I said fold.
Kenna James thought he was raising all in. KJ's heart sank. Is he going to show him?
Show Ace King, Kenna. Show Ace King for the camera. Show Ace King.
Bigger pair. Aces or something.
Ken was ready to put it all in.
Didn't you think Helmuth was calling?
Didn't he make a move?
Well, you know, I said he would fold it earlier on. I mean,
he did.
It did like sort of
You moved
make it sound like he was thinking of calling there at the end, but he was always going to fold 2-8s. There's no way Phil wants to go out with a zero today.
Move in one of these things? Ken and James and I have been playing together for a long time. In the past, we played a lot of big pots. I always had the best hand by far. But that's usually my modus operandi for life. That's why I've won all my championships, is I have the best hand for the biggest pot. So I think Ken has improved his game in the 2 years since we've played, and so it'll be interesting to see whether he lets me have the best hand for all the money or not.
I haven't been sleeping well. I've been having nightmares of Phil Helmuth, and today he's going to be perched right on my left. But you know, hey, I've got to keep it in perspective at the end of the day, or I got to find a new job.
The battle's been set, and Kenna James in the lead.
I defended your play then, but I mean, I'll tell you what I really think now.
He's found the big hand again. Ace King. If somebody raises here, he's going to get all the money in for definite.
Somebody picks up 2 kings right now.
All the money's he's not going to get off this end. No chance.
Pass.
Not as steamy as he is.
Mr. James.
4,000 on KJ, who might just call with anything.
Huh? Tangle up with
You can't step on the grape if you don't get in the bin. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
If you don't get in the bin.
No.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Right, exactly.
See, this is the perfect flop for Kenna to take it off Phil. It's a terrible flop for Phil.
Check.
KJ has a straight flush draw.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, better on the blind there, see?
He's not checking
Just in
anymore.
case, just in
8,000.
case he catches
You
a
didn't
bad-
check. You bluffed the check.
I might catch a bad turn.
Yeah, there you go.
It's not a great turn card.
No.
But Phil can't call Kenny.
No.
You know, Devilfish, yeah, I was just kidding when I said that I was going to be one of those days, and then they gave me this frickin' hand right away. But I was going all in with this hand, but you already know that.
I already said
Raise
that, bro.
was going to be instant all in.
I
You know
already
that,
said-
Devilfish.
I said that, bro.
It's a shame I can't show these suckers that I have the frickin' nuts one more time.
We had a 5 minute warning.
Let me choose one card.
That's the fact.
I had 1 of 3 hands. I had
Which one
queens.
do you want? This one?
No, I don't care.
That's the first time I've ever seen the player having a talk with a commentator through the glass, huh?
You can choose any
That was good.
Devilfish, I'm still not really hoping for one of those days, but I mean, come back with ace-king right away.
You know what? He's wondering why he can't win. He's there talking to the devil, and he's looking down. You're talking to the devil, and you're looking down. You got no shot. No shot.
No shot.
No shot.
So sick. Where were they raising?
You are
that time?
gone.
You are gone, my friend. Hey, I'm gonna stand up with you. When he starts
You wanna
walking
bet?
off, I'm gonna stand up with you, Just because I've seen
I'll
it
bet
a
you
few
even
times.
money.
Put your money where your
Who's going
mouth
to
is.
have a laugh longer about them with Phil?
I'll bet you 100,000 lasts longer, even money.
You got 2 to 1 in chips. You're
Doesn't
not very
matter.
brave.
You got the skill and the talent.
You're not very
and the
brave.
commitment.
Why don't you lay me a right price? We can bet 100.
Race.
I'm
Wanna
just
get
the
on with
right price.
gamble?
You got the quality. You told everyone you're the
Yeah,
best.
but you've got commitment
So,
and heart.
so you're
and
saying I'm a
honesty.
2 to 1 favorite over you?
Yes.
You admit it.
I admit it.
Okay. And get that down. He admits I'm a 2 to 1 favorite.
Not only that, you're on his left.
Exactly.
And not only that, but you got to catch him before he leaves the hotel and get the 100,000, right?
There have been some side bets flying around this thing.
Very good. I like that.
Meanwhile, the Wolf takes advantage of all the commotion to steal a little pot.
Kenneth's house is going to be burnt down when he gets home.
I have nothing against anybody.
Kenneth sleeps out on the prairie anyway. He's got no house.
I thought you said something about had something against me. You were going to crush me or something, right?
Like a
That's
Drake.
you're taking it personal. That was just a fact.
Race 12
Of course I'm not taking it.
Tony G fighting through the commotion with the King Queen.
It's like,
Well, you beat me for 25,000.
When you got a couple of people arguing on the table, you always feel it's easy to steal the blinds anyway. I don't know why.
and you didn't listen. It's like a signpost, a stop sign, and you just ran right through it.
Nothing's personal.
You got to understand, Kenna, I've had 100 guys like you tell me. In fact, I've had 1,000 guys tell me
I don't want to answer that
they're going to
question,
crush
man.
me, and they always go home broke.
Yeah.
So when I hear it,
I guess that's what we're
I
here
hear it, I kind of smile. You know, I just put words in my mouth. I'd like to see you spin this.
What did you mean?
Liz, let's summarize the meeting now because we had a conversation.
And Elmo's chips are going down faster than the free tenors in an elevator, huh?
Give more. He said he wants to give more. He has more money now, more jets. He has more companies. Let's give more to charity, Phil. Let's give half. Every time you win, give half.
Let's give half
If you
to
agree
charity.
now,
Just
every
listen it.
tournament I collect, I give half. Let's both agree to give half of whatever we win.
Well,
I think well was the key word there.
I'm in.
You're in?
I'm
Okay,
in.
I'm in as well. You're in, Phil?
I will give a nice.
Let's
I'll give at
really
least
show you
25% of my winnings to
Say
charity.
half. She's giving half.
You
I'm
give
giving
200,000 to charity, then come talk to me. But don't talk to me from your level below.
The last time
Give
Black
200
limped
last
in, he
year,
had
that's
ace
what's
10.
up.
This time he's got 2 9s. He's trying to put the pain to the Wolf here.
They brought it up. Tony, you're just a little bit. You cross boundaries, people's boundaries, and you got a good heart, but you cross boundaries.
Well, sometimes it's painful. It's going to be painful. It's charity.
You wouldn't bother me. You can talk all night. It wouldn't bother me.
We
cross
pledged.
boundaries.
I pledged half my money.
I just tell the truth. Now you want to start with me? Let's start. You cross boundaries. That's what you do. I moan too much. I cry too much when I lose. You cross boundaries. That's much worse.
All I'm saying is that
that's what you do.
You're the one talking
now
about
you're
the money.
crossing another boundary.
This
Would you like to
tournament
start again?
It's less than 200. You're going to
Would
win
you like to
100.
start again?
I want you to give half
Would you
away,
like to
and I'll
start
give
again?
half away.
Are there any other boundaries you want to cross? You want to talk about my wife and my kids or something?
I didn't.
You didn't
bring it
start
up.
there yet? Okay, good.
Well, would I ever do that? I
cross
respect
boundaries,
your
man.
family, and you're a good family man. I never said anything about that. It's got nothing to do with that.
When you do your research on a charity and you post it
Well,
on your
there's
blog,
the
I think that's a
flop
good thing.
anyway.
I bet.
All we are saying is give peace a chance.
Meanwhile, we got a.
What if it comes an ace?
Anyway, me and Liz
They
are committed.
stopped the whole. They stopped the
committed.
whole. They stopped the whole tournament to hear our conversation.
Now, this is good. This is good for the world. Phil, you should be in with us, mate. Holding hands, the 3 of us. This is fantastic. I mean, we can make a little change and show a little inspiration.
I give money to charity when I want to give money to charity, and I don't want to have someone force my hand because it's just not. It's not fair. It's not right. I don't force people's hands. I do charity events. All right, raised a lot more than the 200 I gave away.
I respect that. Well
I do
done.
charity events. Sometimes we raise $1 million in a night. That's what I do. But I choose the charities.
I understand.
You know, and I choose the time. That's all.
All the best.
And I think it's very inappropriate for you to try to get someone to do something out of context like that.
You mentioned numbers.
Don't know what's more interesting, the pot or the side talk here, Devil.
I mention numbers. I can direct people to the blog.
Yeah, I think they
can
should
see
get
where
the
I
gloves
gave
on
it.
and have a fight, you know.
Big zeros.
Yeah, but I didn't come at you and tell you when you should give or where you should give your money. But you did say that to me.
Dave, is there a little subtext here, which is that Tony is
Well, you
just
said it
trying to
was
get Phil
inappropriate,
riled and he
but you
doesn't
won't
care
even
what
admit
the
it.
subject
You see,
is?
when I'm wrong, which will be probably in 5 or 10 minutes, I'll tell you I'm wrong.
I'm
Say,
sorry.
I'm wrong.
I'm sorry you got offended. I feel bad. I'm proud that you're doing things, good things. You should be happy.
Yes, thank you very much.
That's the truth.
See, now that's class. People don't know that about you, Tony.
All of a sudden, Tony's a class act.
There was two limpins here.
Tony didn't know that about himself.
Two limpins, and they're playing against the blinds here.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And
Immaturity is a great thing, by the way.
middle pair here for Liz Lou.
Yeah.
I do. Rainbow. I've got sons.
Liz is giving him credit for it, eh?
Wow. Well, you know, I mean, if she calls him this go, what's she going to do next go if he finds out again? So it's not such a bad phone.
Mr. Kenna James, you're a star.
I'm a star.
They made you a star.
That's what I like about you, Tony.
These two are ultra competitive. They'll even bet $1,000 in a race round the table, but they respect each other as well.
Tony G has a good heart. He really does have a good heart. I mean, the reason that he talks to the table is he gets nervous or intimidated or he just doesn't know how to handle situations. He freaks out.
He has more money now, more jets, he has more companies. Let's give more to charity, Phil. Let's give half. Every time you win, give half.
You cross boundaries, that's what you do.
Phil Hellmuth is an overrated player in his own opinion, in his own mind. At the same time, he's a good person.
Are there any other boundaries you want to cross? You want to talk about my wife and my kids or something? You didn't start there yet? Okay, good. The thing I really respect about Tony is if he crosses the line, he says, I'm a man, and he apologizes.
Sorry you got offended.
You know, that's class.
When I play with him, I feel I can beat him, and I feel I'm a better man on the poker tape.
Talking about the golf course where you bet me that the hole was that way and it was
Cards
that
out
way.
here.
I didn't beat you at 1 and 200 holes.
Everything has been
Right,
covered.
You forgot about the hole?
Crazy
We're talking about golf now.
You forgot about the Chinese poker?
Back to Chinese.
They're just talking.
Say yes, I bet.
Yeah.
I'm a donkey.
You're right. You're right.
I'm a real donkey.
You're right.
Whatever you want, Phil.
I learned that. I learned that.
Around, I'm in.
You're absolutely right. I did learn that. You know, I did learn that.
Call.
Give me 6 strokes, or give me 6 strokes.
It does
But,
seem
you know,
like
I'm
it's
from the street, so.
Call.
everybody versus
Wow.
Phil. And KJ on the button with the 3-7 offsuit.
What? I've never seen Roland limp before.
Wow,
I mean, he's already limped. He's already
Roland
limped twice
limped, and
in
it's brought
in this
everybody in.
tournament.
This is a 5-way
I guess
pot.
not. No, I don't remember.
Only
limping.
blackout.
Maybe
Twice.
once.
Twice.
Another thing to be
Well,
the
he's already
first
done
one.
that twice.
We can bet on that.
Liz is in a
Second
big
time.
blind with
Well,
top
why don't
pair.
we bet? We can clear it up real quick.
I think I bet you winning.
That's fine with me.
Okay.
Call.
He was
Pass.
trying to catch a middle pin straight.
Yeah.
4.
4, yeah.
I'm with you.
And
Call.
Kenna James. Just call him perhaps because he's got the position, or
Put like Jack up there.
he's,
I think he's still underwater on the odds. I don't know what's going on.
how does Liz like her king now?
I've got to assume she's going to take it if she bets somewhere around about 12,000. So what's your bet?
10.
Well, I mean,
10,000.
KJ's hit his bingo card, Devil, but he
Roll.
can still be beat.
What's Roland doing?
Oh my!
Raise to 27 in total.
What a play by Roland the Wolf. It seems like he knows what Liz has got, but how is KJ going to feel about this?
I don't know.
He can only beat a bluff, can he?
I don't know what's going on. I mean, kind of love that 7 coming off. I know I don't know where he is. I think he's going to call it. I think he's going to.
Diddle, diddle. My chips are in the middle.
Oh, he's putting them all in. Okay, that's a good one.
Wow.
There's 2 flush draws out there. He's
All
got a
in?
set of 7s.
Wow.
And Roland's just right about now feeling like he's being shot in the foot.
It's a very aggressive play by Kenna James. He's right, Dave, but how did he know?
Well, he's got a set of 7s there. There's 2 flush draws there. He's either got to put them in or fold it.
This is one of the biggest pots we've seen, and DeWolf just trying to figure out how he got duked out here.
7.
Huh?
Whatever you do.
Right.
10.
Leaderboard action. And Kenna James way in front now with 178,000. And basically, Devilfish, everybody has less than they started with except for Kenna James and Andy Black.
Australia and USA, we've got our soldiers in there. We might get a run, front line. Front line action.
6-7 suited. Liz looks like she's sticking a
Phil
razor.
do the cover. He's got the height.
13.
Look, it's not.
Raised
Yeah, it's about to me.
13,000.
It's about supporting the sale of all the politics.
This is the second time tonight Black has picked up a big pair and fast played it. Aces and out of queens. Both times. She's giving Liz a chance to do a lot of chips, and she looks agreeable. She's going to really need a good flop to outduke the queens here.
There you go. She's gonna. Oh no, there's a king 9 out there. She can get away from this now. But if it had come something like a 6,
She's gone all in.
wow.
Black said call instantly. How did he know she didn't have the king?
Well, he just, just decided if she had a king, she might have checked it. So.
And it is Liz Lou all in. She could be going out with no points. No help, no change. 5 cards.
No.
Straight on the river. And,
Straight for Andy, just in case she had the king, it would have made the straight anyway.
after the fireworks that Liz Lou produced in her first heat, she just kind of went away with a whimper tonight, Devilfish.
Turning up. Give him a smack.
Give him a smack,
Give him a
Liz.
smack for me. Come on.
Give me a smack. Give me a kiss back.
It was like, I don't know, nonstop talking. I mean, partially abusive, partially, just having fun. It was like a battle between all the pros, Everybody has a different side and everybody thinks they're their best player, but that's how poker players are.
Welcome back on the table of the PartyPoker.net Premier League Poker.
Not necessarily. I told you I might have to make a call today with 10s or jacks or 8s.
No, it was just 10s or jacks.
Yeah, you didn't say
I said 10s or jacks, but
8s are now being included where before they weren't.
Kind of went all in that hand. You had to make sure no one had anything better.
8s followed by 9s. This is Phil's signature hand.
Yeah.
Pass. Pass.
2 5s are just folded away. Black didn't ever want to see a flop, huh?
Well, he was right, wasn't he? And look at this.
Wow.
This is the situation Helmuth has been waiting for.
10 if you wish to call.
Look at this. You see now, Kenneth's playing well. I mean, he could
Great
have easily re-raised it, and Phil would have moved him in straight away this time.
Kind of seems in order Phil is not in a folding mood to re-raise
That's
anymore,
correct,
isn't
yeah,
it?
Yeah, that's right. They're going to go broke.
What's the best way for James to play this? Lead out, perhaps?
If he checks and Phil bets and he calls, then a king or an ace comes off. We might not get such a big pot.
10,000.
Kenna, very suspicious. He's gone all in.
All in.
Now Phil's worried in case Kenneth slow played aces or kings here. You see, because Phil knows that Kenneth expects him to call.
do this
So
properly.
Can you believe it? People are gonna just.
You think I'm here to give my?
properly?
You think I'm here to give my chips away to you?
You think I'm here to get bluffed out?
14 seconds it took me to fold Devilfish. I'm out.
Pass.
He's folded!
Of course you got the 3.
KJ's pushed him off it!
well, I can see why he has. Like I was trying to say before he folded. Was that Kenneth expects Phil to go all in. He expects him to call him, so you got to expect Kenneth's got a big hand there.
He's got the 3.
Do I gain any advantage if I show it?
You have not got a big pair.
Helmuth struggling, but not with his ego. Look at his chip worm versus Kenna James. Helmuth has just slipped away silently while James has been rocking and rolling. Could the league leader be in trouble? Doesn't show on his face.
Raise it.
2 6s for Helmuth and DeWolf
All in?
coming over to top all
Yes, 10
in.
of diamonds.
4 times. 1 round.
And, what will Helmuth do? Although it's on Tony G first.
How much is the re-raise?
All in. It's
69 he's got total. But how much did Phil make
I
it?
think Phil made it 30.
Oh, he's got to call him here.
Be 39,000
He's
more.
got to call him.
Pass.
Okay, pulling 30 each.
He's getting 2 to 1 on his money. He's got to call.
All of a sudden, Helmuth has enough chips to actually lose this pot. He'll still have, about 55,000 if he loses.
He don't like it. He don't like it, but he has to call.
You're good enough to make the read here.
There's no read to make it. You're just hoping he's got a big ace, because if he hasn't got a big ace, you're probably in trouble.
Well, I don't even have a choice. It's not even close.
No.
Dave, you're like inside his head.
Yeah.
What is it, 39?
It's scary sometimes. You say something and Phil repeats it. But it is rolling the wolf all in.
I think I want Wallen to win it because we don't want Phil to win another 8 points. So.
The unstoppable force against the immovable object. Who hits?
There you go.
It looks like
2 6s are good at the moment.
The wolf may be the most successful player on the circuit the last 18 months, but Helmuth has 10 World Series of Poker bracelets.
There's a queen ball coming now. If I know Roland, this will be the queen of diamonds.
I'll take 26 to 10. That's huge juice.
Phil wanted to make a bet.
What price now?
And Roland the Wolf is out.
Yeah.
20,000 there.
Yeah, we lost Roland.
She saved me money by dealing that card.
Good game.
Good hand, Roland.
And this is trouble for DeWolf here, Dave. He has picked up 1 point in both heats through 2. DeWolf will only have 2. And he has got some climbing to do to get out of the relegation zone.
I've got 2 points, which is obviously pretty bad, but there's still many weeks to go, so I'm really not worried about things. As long as I have an average run of luck, I have the ability to get far in this event, so you'll see me at the final for sure.
With the 4 left, it's a very ominous presence that Helmuth is so close to the top of the leaderboard now.
Yeah, we're going to get some battles between these 3 now. We've got Kenny James, Phil Helmuth, and Tony G. We've got some fireworks in it.
Remember, this is a league format. You'll see these players time after time as they try to accrue points for that all-important final table. At the end of the regular season, the top 4 players go straight to the final table, the middle 4 in the playoffs, and the bottom 4 relegation.
29.
KJ has given
29?
29,000.
He's given Tony G's races a lot of respect.
Well, if it doesn't move here, Tony's coming with them 2 10s, I know that. And if he just calls here and he comes a little flop, Tony's going to win a lot of chips. We're right up there.
House.
No, he's folded it. Tough to call a raise with a king queen.
KJ's been giving Tony a wide berth all night, let's be fair. He really has. It's oh, here we go. Andy Black. And is this slipping?
Ah, come on.
Well, it's tough minute. You guys are all in.
Probably the best.
So, what did you do?
You're all in. There's no.
What's the title round?
Just trouble for Andy Black.
Yeah, I don't like this play with it.
Huh?
Dividends?
You guys are all in, right? There's
Yeah.
no more action. Yeah, no. I laid this hand down. I laid that hand down.
What is it?
44.
Still ace-3's a bit, it's a bit
14?
skinny.
14 there, yeah.
14.
He lose patience, you think, or?
Well, the blinds are big, and
44.
Tony G, he's hoping Tony G's got a king eye or something. But let's hope he catches the ace here, because he's played good poker.
Not a terrible flop for Black.
No.
Now a 4 would get him out of it as well.
That's right.
Tony G hoping to hold these. No 4, no
Usually
ace,
when it comes
he
like
says.
this, you catch the wheel here. You usually catch someone when it comes like this, and you catch a few more outs. I've seen it lots of times.
About 27%. Oh, it's the
There you go.
bullet.
Did I say he was going to catch it? It's scary what the fish knows about this game.
And G now drawn to a 10, which he doesn't catch. Tony a bit morose here.
Yeah.
Big double up for Andy Black.
Yeah.
And that's a bad beat.
It's pretty normal.
Andy Black, an Irish old-timer who's burst back onto the scene by cashing over $2 million in the last 18 months. But there's a reason he's called the Monk.
I got 14th in the World Series in '97, but I was so emotionally unstable that I was crushed that I didn't win it. Shortly afterwards, I just quit. There's a lot of funny stories on the internet, and he was in Tibet, you know, and I was thinking, really, wasn't it, you know? No, funnily enough, I lived in semi-monastic communities in England. that well-known home of Buddhism. I've been a real asshole a lot of times in my life, you know. I've been pretty horrible to people. I was generally a fairly unpleasant character a lot of the time. That whole period really, I think, at least did something to improve my character a bit. I mean, I think I'm a bit less of an asshole than I used to be, and I'd say that's the main thing that sort of Buddhism has sort of done for me, you know.
There's a lot of time to be careful with your money in the small blind.
Short stack Tony G on the button. Big stacks in the blinds. 15,000 to play on Black.
Yeah. I quietly fancy Andy to win this still.
Gee, does he have any bet besides all in here?
65 all in.
All in.
I was just going to say he'll go all in with any two cards, and he'd already said all in before I said it.
And if Helmuth can pick up a calling hand here, it could be a bit decisive.
How much
That's good enough.
Yeah, he'll call with that, I think. Yeah. Now we need Tony to get lucky, otherwise Phil's running away with it.
Yeah, this is big. This is big for every player in this tournament. They'll all be rooting for G right now, but he's 2-1 against.
The result, right, Tony?
Helmuth quietly fancies his hand, though. Jacker 10, nothing there.
Kinging in this thing.
He says, don't you have a king in it? I mean, why does he need a king, you know? If he called a king, I mean, Tony could catch a straight. I mean, at the moment, he's got him dead, more or less. Wow, look at this, look. Now he's got 4 outs now. Can't catch your club.
Can you hold for 1 minute before you turn it? Let me insure this hand. Tell him we need 60 seconds or less, Marty, that's all. Okay, so you can win with, can't win with a 9, 10, or jack of clubs. You have 2 10s, 2 jacks, and 3 9s.
It's 5 outs.
7 outs. Good.
7 outs.
7 outs we know of. So I'm over about 5-1 favorite, right? I'll take 4.5 to 1. $10,000 US dollars to $45,000 US dollars. Yes or no? Give us another 3 seconds.
You can have 5.
5 to 1?
You can have 5,000.
5,000. Okay, we're ready. That's a bet.
Helmuth wants to give Tony G an advantage and bet $5,000 on Tony G catching the 9, 10, or jack.
Phil's having a bet on his open.
Tony doesn't know what he's rooting for now. Tony G has just got knocked out of this heat and made $5,000 in the process. But he'll pick up 2 hands. I don't think Tony G minds too much about the money. He's going to have to be worried about the fact that he's only got 2 points through 2 heats, Dave.
Yeah, he's in bad shape now.
Looking at the leaderboard now, 3 ways. Helmuth ominously close to half the chips in play. And blinds big enough so that black is going to be backed into a corner pretty soon.
Not very good, was it? I scored 2 points, so really bad.
This level has been
Raised
dirt.
45,000 total.
And here comes Andy Black. How much does he like those?
Re-raised all in.
Re-raise from KJ.
KQ.
Wow.
KJ with a KQ. Phil will probably wake up with 2 aces here. Oh no.
He's got one of Kenna's kings. And a big decision for Andy. It's about 1/3 of his stack.
Call?
He's called. That's a great call, Dave.
Wow.
What did Andy decide? Did not want to leave him behind.
You know, Andy's Irish. They don't always have to decide. They just say it. It's a good call.
You gotta have heart, baby. Heart.
Good call, Andy.
I hope Andy wins it.
Andy didn't think about it too long. He's ahead. About 11% worth, and this is a huge pot. It'll take him the chip lead, although black is all in. KJ says, give me something.
Well, actually, when I said, I mean, I don't really mind who wins it, but
Put a jack up there, make it interesting.
KJ went out 3rd in his first heat. He'll be down to 6 points if he goes out 3rd here, although he's not all in, but he will be short stacked if black can make these. Oh, there's the queen!
That's terrible for Andy, yeah.
And black down to 3 cards.
He made a good call. Just unlucky.
Oh,
baby, look at that. This only happens on television. I've never seen this happen in a cash game, have you?
No, but it is a bit unlucky for Ken and James as well. That's the 2nd time in as many heats that the ace has come post-flop to shatter his big pair. Worst to first to worst again. Black flopped the ace high.
You see, you know what? Phil Helmuth's loving this, you know, because Phil wants to play Andy Black heads up because he He doesn't want to play Kenny James, you know, they've got a lot of history. But he doesn't know that Andy Black is quite an aggressive player, actually.
Andy is sitting back in his chair, hands on his head. He's nearly stunned.
That's 107 for sure.
I mean, what we just saw there, Dave, you know, I know it's early in this tournament, but it could have been a hand that decides who goes forward to the final table and who gets relegated. A switch of about 3 points, a 6-point turnaround.
Yeah, it's a scary game, this poker. It's certainly not for the faint-hearted.
KJ, of course, still in, but he's going to be shorter than a pancake roll, really. How do you make a pancake roll? Take it to the top of the hill and let go.
What's got 100 legs and no teeth?
What?
The front row of a Cliff Richard concert. Just wanted to get that one on the TV. I love that joke.
6 more hands. Thank you.
KJ asking how many hands are left in this level. 7-15 to 10-20, but really he pretty much has to go in with any 2 here. He's only got 45 or so thousand. I mean, he can actually make a raise here that he could force the others to fold.
Yeah, he's going to go all in here for definite. Now, what's Phil going to wake up with? I think Phil's got an ace here. I've just got a suspicion of it. Let's have a look at your hand, Phil. Come on. He's probably got about a 7 deuce. Make me wrong.
Okay, I haven't looked at my hand yet.
Nobody's looked at your hand yet, Phil. Come on, I've got a feeling you got an ace there, though.
Well, look, you may have like 9 deuce, and then it doesn't matter. I'll count it, baby. Okay, there's 15.
Phil's got him counting before he's looked at his hand. This is really wasting time.
15, that's 30.
That's ridiculous, actually.
38, 39,000. Then I'm begging you to call.
A total of 39,000.
Yeah, right.
Says KJ.
Yeah, right. I'll help you. Let me just count it out here. Just help you
Oh,
out.
he's got about a 9-4.
Please don't touch my chips, kind of.
Please don't touch it. He's going to throw it away anyway. Let's go. Next round. Next round. I think we should get a warning here for time wasting. If this was a boxing match, the referee would stop it and tell Phil to get on with it.
If this was a boxing match, I think Phil would have been lying on the canvas.
Cost me 32,000.
Phil would have been on the canvas in the last match against me. Don't worry about that.
And Andy Black says, I'll call. It was only 22,000 more. He's got 2 live cards. And
I called by Jack 7, Ken. I mucked the 9-4 spades for you.
All right.
This is what happens when you get short stacked. You have to take flops, turns, and rivers. Poor Kenna James has not been too lucky in that department so far in this Premier League.
Well, I've got to sweat for Kenna to win it, because as long as there's freedom in there, there's less chance of Phil winning it. He's got 8 points on the board.
This is true.
You can do it, baby.
Black could lose this pot and still have about 250,000, but it doesn't look like he's gonna. KJ looking in third. He has had some poor luck in this Premier League. Needs the king now to get out of the hole.
Wow, a diamond would be good. 10 of diamonds, queen of diamonds. No, he's got the 10 bomb.
Yeah, he does. A couple more outs for the turn. Deuce, the rag. And KJ, he's really played his heart out so far in this Premier League. Only has 6 points to show for it. But Dave, he's mid-table. Definitely not in the relegation zone. And perhaps the best for him is yet to come.
That's right.
Barney, we got a short break, though.
Do you have to hit the bathroom?
He's on the road again, he said. I'm on the road again.
I played a little conservative at times. I maybe when I had the chip lead where I should have put my foot on the gas. But I was protecting my position. I didn't want to give anything away. And so perhaps that was a little bit of a misstep. You got to continually put the pressure on these guys. And so I let that slip away from me a little bit.
2 players patting themselves on the back. They're both in the big points now, 6 and 8.
You're the second to last day.
So these 2 gonna fight it out for those 8 points. A lot of respect between them. But Helmuth here for the second time out of 2 askings.
He's guaranteed to be top of the league table no matter what, but Black really needs these points, languishing in 5th, but chip lead right now.
Phil to speak first. Big hand.
Look at this, look. Wow, he's unbelievable.
Might just limp this time.
No, he won't limp. He'll raise, and Andy will call him too.